I think we live, my man. What's going on, everybody? Started it a little early, but I'm joined here with my boy, my man, the Ace. What's good, Ace?
What's good, man? How you doing? Thanks for having me on. Appreciate you.
I'm good, man. I appreciate you joining me, man. I really do. I've been a long time viewer, a long time fan of your content. Um, so I mean, we got lot to talk about, man. The Yankees again heated up, man. Things are starting to get interesting.
Oh yeah, same thing. Vice versa. Been popped in your stream a while back. You know what I'm saying? Definitely was like, gotta work with this dude, man. Appreciate you for having me on.
Definitely, most likely, man. And then everybody, if you just joining, man, please make sure you check out my man Ace's channel. He'll be putting out some crazy content, man. With if you're into movies, Yankees, be doing play-by-plays, man. I don't know how you do the play-by-plays, man. You got to be dedicated to do play-by-play every day, man. That's a grind right there. That's a
Yeah.
grind.
Oh, definitely. That's why it's like, when I love this team. It's as simple as that. I'm a huge Yankee fan. The Yankees are my first love. And
Hmm.
I grew up playing baseball as well. So it's just something as simple as, when I decided to become a content creator, I'm like, man, this is something I want to add to the repertoire. And I'm like, man, I just love being in front of just even getting to talk about the Yankees and getting to just see the team unfold and stuff like that. And it was truly a blessing that year two on the channel. We made it to the World Series. The first year was tough.
Hmm.
Yankees stunk. We didn't even make the playoffs. Of course, Aaron Judge was the year before that. Aaron Judge was going for 62, so it was a little exciting, stuff like that. But, it stunk to not be able to make the playoffs last year. Kind of killed me. So,
Oh yeah, right. Year one, too. Year one, and they didn't make the playoffs. That's crazy, man. But man, the Yankees are making moves. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Cashman. I don't know how you feel about the dude. I'm
I'm in
not,
the
but
same boat.
lately though, man, I don't know. He's proven me wrong, man. I didn't think he would make a move like. If you've been living under the rock, the Yankees just traded for Devin Williams, the Airbender, the last Airbender, who's probably the best closer in baseball. One of the best. He's probably top five.
Top five. I would agree with top five.
Top five, but I mean, this one came out of nowhere. I've been calling for this, but this is one of the pipe dreams. It's like on my wish list,
Hmm.
But at no point did I ever think he'd make the trade, and especially for all we gave up was Nestor Cortez and Caleb Durbin. Man, that's a
Yeah.
steal,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was right there with you. This is something that you never really saw coming, but I kind of called it. I was on my channel, not gonna lie. I didn't
Hmm.
directly say the Yankees would get it when I was talking with my guy NFE, right? And I was like, I want the Yankees to get Tanner Scott. He was on the list as well. And then I was kind of like, a name I would love to get would be Devin Williams, only because I did that in MLB the show. So I said that to him. I was like, yo, I want to get that duo. And then all of a sudden the news broke today, and I was like, yo, I'm with it. And to your point, like you said, we gave up Caleb Durbin and we gave up Nestor Cortez. That's such a great move by Brian Cashman. And you got to tip your hat to Cashman and Hal.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, man. Look, they really they on their job, man. They on their job. After the whole Juan Soto debate, I don't even want to get into it too much, man. I feel like I've spoken about Soto so much that it's almost tiring, man. The dude's gone. Like let's not freaking like let's not get hung like stuck on that man for too long. The dude's gone. That's it. He's a Met. Whatever. It is what it is. He's in the National League. We might see him 3 games out of the year, if that. But
Well, six, because this up and coming schedule, we got two, three. This unlike the Subway Series in the past, where it was just 2 games. Now this year is going to be 2 3 game sets, so we'll see him at least 6 times. So
Oh damn! I mean, he's 6 games. At least he's not right next door. Like at least he's not on the Red Sox where we got to face him 12 times a year or anything like that.
yeah,
But yeah, man, the Devin Williams. Look, man, the dude is a stud, man. His changeup is the filthiest changeup in baseball, or one of the filthiest changeups in baseball, man. It's almost unhittable when he's healthy and when he's good. He's almost unhittable, and his fastball is like 95 miles per hour. His arm side run on his pitches are crazy, man. That's why they call him the air bender. This dude literally bends air. Like it's not even physically, like you can't even comprehend how the ball moves like that. It's like a wiffle ball coming out of his hand.
hmm
So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see him come to the Yankees, man. It's a 1 year rental. But hey, you know what? It's for what we gave up, you can't go wrong with that, man. This is one of Cashman's best trades, in my opinion.
I agree. Um, a guy that was also another great trade was Luis Hill, who there was talks today about him wanting to. Well, Yankees could have been moving on for him. That was another great trade. But yeah, as far as Devin Williams, we didn't give up anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of gassed up Caleb Durbin. Shout outs to my guy Hector from Uptown Sports who came on my channel and was basically saying like he saw a lot of smoke in that because the Yankees were kind of hyping him up, and then they were able to flip him. And it's just the Yankee bias, man, like the anti-Yankee bias, because now MLB is trying to promote Caleb Durbin like he's the next big thing. They got him on their Instagram like this is
Yeah.
what he can do. He can steal 29 bases, he could hit, he could field, and I'm like, he was nowhere on anybody's radar until we got rid of him. Just like they gassing up Soto. Like
Hmm.
Soto's a great player, but he's all over the place. Now that he's not a Yankee, he's all over the place. That anti-Yankee propaganda.
Yeah. You think that's a real thing, man? I think
The,
so.
the anti-Yankee propaganda? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
same. It's real, just like the Yankee tax is real. There are content creators out there that think the Yankee tax ain't real. Think about what happened today. You saw the reports that was talking about they wanted Jason Dominguez.
Hmm.
Like and I tell my nephew this all the time. If I'm picking up the phone, if the first words are that start with a Jason or a Judge, I'm hanging up. It's as simple as that. I'm not dealing with any of those two guys. When it comes to the Yankees, they want our best players, and then they take BS from other teams. Look at what happened last year with Corbin Burns with Milwaukee,
Hmm.
who we just made a trade with. Like they ended up taking like DJ Hall and a couple of other like pieces. I'm like, who are these guys? But yet they wanted Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones from us. Like the Yankee tax is absolutely real.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think I don't know. I understand why. Like, I'm gonna jump into the Kyle Tucker thing, man. We're gonna be all over the place, man, because I
Mm-hmm.
got a lot on my mind. The Kyle Tucker, right? I mean, obviously that's a big blow, man. Yankee fans wanted him. I'm sure Cashman wanted him. And from what I'm hearing, we had a better package on the table. Obviously, Cashman didn't want to give up Luis Hill. The dude just won Rookie of the Year. He's controllable to 2029. His ceiling is through the roof. So, and I get that. Me personally, I would have traded him.
Same.
I would have traded him for Kyle Tucker, even though it's a rental and everything. It is what it is. Our offense is anemic. We need help, and got a left-handed bat in Kyle Tucker, he's a good comp. He's comparable to Juan Soto. He's not at Juan Soto's level, but he's close, And then all around with his defense and his base running, I know he suffered a shin injury last year, so he didn't really put on any steals or anything like that, but he could though. He has better base. He has better speed than Juan Soto, and so that's a tough blow, right? Especially from the club. So here's my thing, right? I was hoping that this would turn into like a 3-team trade. I was hoping that the Cubs was doing us the favor and trading for him because they didn't want to make a trade for us for whatever reason, and in turn they would trade him to us along with Cody Bellinger, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about it, like it's highly unlikely. They just got Kyle Tucker. It instantly puts them as the front runners in the NL Central. They literally could take the NL Central now. So now they're playoff contender, but they don't want Cody Bellinger because his contract is just too much money. It's $27.5 million next year. With the tax and everything, they're gonna end up paying $32 million.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing is like, I don't know. Do you force them to include Kyle Tucker?
Nah, I mean it would be like, now you're not the only person that was saying that. I was on Yankee Twitter and they were saying the same thing where they were like, it would be they would do that to try to get a massive haul from the Yankees
Hmm.
because they gave up one of their pitching arms. That's supposed to be really good. Houston, that's what Houston wanted. Houston wanted some arms and they
So,
wanted corner infielders. That's what they
yep.
got with, especially with Isak Paredes too. You know what I'm saying? They add, and Isak Paredes might have a good year in Houston with that short left field porch, those boxes that they have over there and
Yeah.
stuff like that. He might kill it over there. But if they were to do that, first of all, you could do it because it's not like basketball. Basketball, the guys you trade on, you have to hold on to them for a little bit.
Mhm.
But in baseball, you could flip it. If they were to flip it, they would probably ask for a haul from the Yankees. That would mean Hill would be gone. Uh, who else? Lombard Jr. would be gone. Spencer Jones would be gone. Roger Arias would be gone as well. The Yankees would have to give up a haul if it included Bellinger and Tucker. But I think the more realistic thing is Cody Bellinger and Nico Horner
Mhm.
is what could benefit both teams because the Cubs are kind of in between right now. They don't know if they really want to compete and stuff like that. Like the Brewers are still the top dog over there in the Central and the NL Central. Even with losing Devin Williams and Adames, they'll compete. But I definitely think the Cubs are in a position where they kind of gotta decide. They want to plan for the future, but still be competitive today type stuff. So getting a guy like Luis Hill, if we were to flip him for that mega deal, which like I said, I don't think it's gonna happen. That's a young arm that's controllable for the next 4 to 5 years. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? He just came off rookie of the year. That's what was very enticing with Houston. Houston wanted the same thing. That's why they wanted Luis Hill. Yankees weren't willing to put in Luis Hill, especially sending them to Houston, which we talk about Yankee tax because that's a rivalry because you're keeping it in the same conference. I would expect them to ask for more from us. So I'm kind of glad that we didn't, like especially like the thing with Kyle Tucker, people are gonna be like, but Ace, what about him being a 1 year rental, just like with Juan Soto? There's major differences with that. One, Kyle Tucker's not the caliber player that Juan Soto is as far as batting wise. Now, fielding and running, he's better than Juan Soto.
Hmm.
Another big thing is he doesn't have Scott Boras as his agent. Scott Boras constantly tries to fleece the New York Yankees, you know what I'm saying? Because he's got this vendetta and this shit for us, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language if you don't curse on the channel and stuff.
Nah, you
But
good, man.
but yeah, he's got this vendetta against us and stuff like that. Three, Kyle Tucker's not going to get as much as Juan Soto. Four, the Mets aren't going to be in on Kyle Tucker. So who are we going to have to bid against? Us. We're going to be bidding against, you know what I'm saying? I can see Kyle Tucker in the offseason getting about 500 million, becoming a Yankee next year. So let's
But
make it
my
happen.
thing though is like, man, my whole thing with Bellinger, right? Because Bellinger's a good player, but he's not 27.5 million good, in my opinion, So for me, they will have to eat a lot of that money, and they don't want to do that. So I think it's possible. Would they do that? I think they really need to look internally. If you're not gonna be serious contenders anyway, because if they're not in the playoff running, they're trading him anyway at the deadline, and they're
You
gonna
talk
get
Tucker or
less.
Bellinger?
I'm talking about Tucker
Tucker.
and,
Yeah, then
and
they'll get
Bellinger.
less.
Bellinger, they want him gone. And I think the
Hmm.
only team that I heard had real interest in Bellinger is the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think he's going to be a Yankee. For all reports are saying, I think if the Yankees would have decided to eat the entire contract, I think he would have been a Yankee already.
Oh yeah,
Which
definitely.
which with them getting Kyle Tucker, you know, maybe you put Bellinger in center field, Dominguez in
Hmm.
left, Judge in right field. You still got to get yourself a first baseman. Alex Bregman's a name that's being thrown out there that John Heyman and them think it should be a done deal. That Bregman, which a lot of people, how you feel about that? How you feel about the former Astro Bregman?
I mean, I'm over that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised though, and I said this before that I highly doubt Cashman would do it just based on his comments. He's always every chance he gets, he brings up the cheating, the years that they cheated, right? The trash can banging and all that stuff.
He's still
Me,
butthurt. Mm-hmm.
he's still a little bit butthurt about it. Me, I don't. Look, it is what it is. That was a long time ago. They won after that. After the whole scandal, they end up winning anyway. So I give them their props. Alex Bregman, whatever you want to say about the cheating stuff, he's a good player. He's a big time player, man. He's clutch. He's been there. He's been in the spotlight. He knows what it is to play in these big games and these big at bats. So I like Alex Bregman. My only concern with him is I don't know how his power plays in Yankee Stadium with that deep left center field. It's a lot different. I've been to Minute Maid Park or whatever they call it now. It's way shorter when you go to left center field than it is in Yankee Stadium. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, not way shorter, but like you're talking about 20 feet. That's like a mile. That's a country mile in terms of baseball field depth. So, but I think he'll be good. Look, the dude's solid. He's a solid defender. We Alex Bregman. We're better at third base. With
Absolutely.
Chisholm at second base, we're better at second base. Nothing
Absolutely.
against Glaber. I love Glaber, but
Nah,
his
he can get out. Don't even think
yeah.
about bringing him back. Nah,
Hmm.
I've seen too many errors with Gleyber Torres. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm talking about like defensively,
Mm-hmm.
we're better at second base. So that's true. I try to look at it position by position, right? Now, first base, we got to get, if we could bring Cody Bellinger, whether we play him as center or first base, if you play him at first base, we're better at first base with him. If you put him at center field and Judge at right, the outfield is better already. Whether they keep Dominguez and keep him at left. I think Dominguez is going to be the starting center fielder, though.
Eventually.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he's going to be the starting center fielder, especially if he shows up at spring training and shows that he can handle the position. He's going to be the starting center fielder. We need him right now because not only he's a top prospect, but he's a switch hitting bat, right? We need lefty bats in our lineup right now. We're too right hand heavy again. So he's gonna get his shot, hopefully. And then we have that one more outfield position, left field. But you got guys like Teoscar Hernandez out there. You got a lot of people out there. I want to get to these chats, these comments real quick, if you don't mind, Ace.
Yeah.
John S says, "Will the Yankees?" Oh, this thing ain't coming up. Hold on, there it
I
is.
see it
Will the Yankees sign any more players? What you
today.
think?
Today?
Today,
Nah, the
not
day's
today.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, not today. Yeah. As far as more players, like I said, I think the next domino will probably be Alex Bregman. Don't be surprised if Bregman and Cody Bellinger get done by the weekend. I think
Mhm.
I would consider it crazy if they also threw in Nico Horner, because then that's our second baseman right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a guy that could potentially lead off for us as well and play some second base. But as far as today, the day's over. Nah, they had their press conference already. I think the only move we got was Devin Williams. And that's one hell of a move.
That is one hell of a move. Yeah, today, especially on the Friday, don't expect much. But
Yep.
you never know, man. Right now, the wheels are turning, man. I know Cashman. It seems like he's not sleeping much, man.
Yeah.
Even though he always looks like that.
I'm petty. I would have, this move came right after the Soto conference type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hmm.
petty. I would have announced something yesterday.
I
As
know,
soon as
right?
that Soto conference, happened, breaking news: Yankees trade for Kyle Tucker and Devin Williams. That's what I would have done.
He probably was trying to do that, but it didn't work out that way. It
Hmm.
seemed like it was. Look, I really believe that Cashman gave him a fair package, probably a better one than the Cubs, from what I'm hearing. Because people are saying that the package Cashman was offering them. I don't know what players. Obviously, he didn't want to give Luis Hill, but I don't know who else. I'm pretty sure Clark Schmidt was in there, or somebody like that. Whatever, for whatever reason, man, and it could be too. Like I said, he's been. I'm not gonna say bad mouth in the Astros, but he won't let that cheating scandal go. So Jim
Hmm.
Crane, they probably have a little vendetta against him too.
Possibly. I mean, it's gonna take. That's what I'm saying. The Yankees gonna have to pay more to be able to get a player like that. I believe the players where they want the Luis Hill. I think George Lombard Jr. were two players that they shot down. So that's goes to show you that that's two guys that they wanted right there. And
Hmm.
those guys, like to give up Caleb Durbin, you know what I'm saying? Caleb Durbin wasn't even one of our top prospects. You know what I'm saying? So to give him up with Nestor Cortez, who's also going to be a free agent next year, was just a steal for the Yankees, in my opinion. Especially because we have our rotation set. There was no spot for Nestor. He doesn't want to come out of the bullpen. He wants to be
Hmm.
a starter. So, and I'm going to take this time too to thank Nestor Cortez for everything that he did as a Yankee. You know what I'm saying? He was a guy that wanted to be here. It was a great story seeing the nasty Nestor. He made the mustaches cool again type stuff. So, it's going to suck to see Nestor Cortez in a different outfit, but especially with the last time that we got to see really Nestor Cortez was him giving up that home run to Freeman. It's unfortunate,
Yeah.
but I want to thank him for his time here. You know what I'm saying? He personified what it was like to be a New York Yankee.
Oh yeah, man. Nestor's the man, dude, and he's a self-made dude. I'm
Yep.
telling you, he. That's what you call like just making your dreams happen.
Yep.
Because I don't think nobody ever had him making it to the big leagues like that. I mean, he's not a hard thrower. He throws like 91. Sometimes he get up there on a good day, 92. He's a smaller stature. So I give him a lot of props, man. I give him a lot of props. And he was fun to watch, man. He have those funny deliveries at times when he
Get nasty.
yeah, the weird stuff he be doing, man. They had
Yeah,
to change the rules because of that, man.
he had to, because it's not a power pitcher. When you don't have good stuff like that, like I'm talking about electric stuff like what Luis
Yeah.
Hill has, you have to be crafty. You have to
Yeah.
live on the outside corner. You have to throw pitches.
Yeah, you got
Here's
you
that.
gotta you gotta mess with timing, man. My bad,
Yep.
go ahead.
No, here's that tweet from John Heyman earlier. Yankee 6 hours ago. Yankees did not want to part with both Luis Hill and George Lombard Jr. in a package for Tucker. They view Hill as a potential number one, so this deal never got especially close, is what he reported. So
Mm.
Yankees didn't want to include some of their top prospects and the rookie of the year.
I tell you what, man. Lately, I'm not the biggest fan of John Heyman, man.
No, I don't think no one is, especially after
He-
that stuff with Keith and stuff like that. But
yeah,
nah,
and not only that too, man. It's just you could tell, man. He's on the Boras payroll, man,
don't
for
say that.
sure.
He'll come
Huh?
on here. Don't say that. He'll come on here and he'll try
Oh,
to curse us out.
I
You
tell you
saw what he
what,
did to
just him coming.
WFAN.
I'll let him. I'll be like, dude, just him coming on here and cursing us out, man. That's
Yeah, man, get a
like
grip, John.
all publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah,
I
get a
guess.
grip, John. So
Let me get to this comment. I can't say your name, dude. I don't want to butcher it. Vampiro says, I keep saying I don't understand how the Yankees are not going after Luis Arraez. He's a great leadoff and plays first and second. I posted on Instagram about him going to the Yankees, and I liked it. What you think about that, Ace? I know what I think.
Nah, I'm not a Luis Arraez fan. I'm not. I'm
You're
really not.
not?
I brought up his stats yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Big decline in OPS and on base percentage. He's a singles hitter. Now I
Yeah.
get it. I understand the point where he's talking about, he would lead off, cool, lead off, play some second base. He's not. He's a worse defender than Gleyber Torres. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good on that one. The Yankees are going to have to, especially with adding Max Fried, who is a 60% ground ball pitcher. You need to solidify the infield. Volpe's a Gold Glover. Now, granted, he's still young.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz was new to third base. I think Jazz did exponentially well at third, considering he was thrust into that position. Never had the inexperience, like in the top of the fifth inning, where Volpe threw that away. Does a more experienced Jazz catch that ball? Possibly. Does a more experienced Volpe make a better execution? Definitely, I think so. I would love an infield of Jazz, Volpe, and Bregman. You have three good fielders, and then you got to get yourself a good first baseman to pick it over there. And then I think that'd be great. But as far as Luis Arias, I'm totally out on him. I'm good on that one.
Yeah, me too, man. Especially for first base, you can't skimp on defense on first base. First base is so important. When you got a good first baseman who you confident that could pick anything and he's gonna make all your infielders better. And you don't have to feel like you have to make a perfect throw every time. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So
absolutely.
you can't. That's one position that you can't skimp on defense. You need
Yeah.
a good defensive third baseman. I mean first baseman. Look, it ended up biting us in the ass in the World Series in the
Yep.
end. So, but
Which sucks because Rizzo was great defensively. He just kind of fell off a cliff because injuries and stuff like that. All that stuff kind of caught up to him. Father Time beats everybody.
oh yes, Father Time's undefeated. It's like the internet. The internet and Father Time, they both undefeated. But
Mm-hmm.
Brandon McDonald's a sub from Ace's channel. I appreciate it, Brandon. Hey, make sure, look, everybody, I got Ace's link in the description. Make sure you sub to his channel, check him out. Man, great content, man. The dude, I've been watching you for a long time now. I'm not gonna front.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you came in during a good moment because you could at any given time you might see me cursing at somebody like "damn it, Boone," like something.
I think I seen some of those too, man.
Yeah,
Especially with the play-by-plays, man. I don't know how you do it. Like I said, man, I don't think that takes dedication. It's a grind, man. It's a grind.
Yeah, well,
But
this year I'm trying to bring other people on at least once a week, so I would love to
yeah,
have you come on and call a game with me. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. How many games you do a year? You think?
Last year with the playoffs, I did 160 something games. Now I couldn't do every game, and it just seemed like last year I couldn't call because I do movies on my channel as well to the Ace Avenue, a little bit of something for everybody, sports, movies, live play by play, reviews, reactions, and rankings, all my favorite movies and more. There were a couple times I had to go, watch a movie that I wanted to really cover. And
Mhm.
out of all these Yankee games, I try to cover the majority of them. Something might pop up here and there, but I didn't get to call a lot of Red Sox games last year, and that kind of disappointed me because it just seemed like it was always something that happened during the Red Sox game.
Yeah. Slackwood Vampiro says 3 times batting champion, 3 years in a row, and in my opinion, the best pure hitter in all of baseball. And just doesn't got power, but he's a perfect fit for the Yankees. Look, I agree, man. He's a good hitter. I think the window for the Yankees to get him was when he was with the Twins or Marlins. I think now it's just I get it. Like his bat is great, but he doesn't. Where does he fit? Where are you gonna put him at second base? If especially if we go get Bregman, then there's really no place for him. I don't want him at first. I need like I just said, I need a good defensive first baseman.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not a position where you can be like, you know what, like it's okay. We could slack a little bit on defense there. No, you need a good first base sees the ball. He touches the ball probably as much as the catcher. Well, not obviously not as much as the catcher because he's every pitch, but he probably touches the ball more than anybody else on the field besides the catcher. You know.
Yeah. I'm just looking at his numbers, man. Like average was 318, which is really good for this day and age of baseball.
Hmm.
You don't get that anymore. Um, the power number's not there. 4 home runs. Could that be different in Yankee Stadium with that short right field porch? Possibly. He might be able to get a hold of maybe a couple more. But I'm looking at his OPS and slugger percentage that dropped. I mean, his OBP dropped almost 30 points.
Yeah.
His slugging dropped almost 20.
Hmm.
The OPS, his WAR was 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not completely sold on him. Like, let's put it like this. I'd pass.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I
there's a
pulled up
lot
his
of blue
stats
in
right
that
here.
area. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot of blue. A lot of blue.
Like you're gonna get your, I mean, whiff rate. You're gonna get a guy that doesn't strike out a lot. He's gonna at least put the ball in play. But I'm just not sold with what he brings because there's no pop, there's no speed.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have great defense. I'm good. I'd rather, if you're gonna go get a second baseman, I'd rather Nico Horner.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. And not only that too, man. Look, the dude's he's a rental on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll pass on him. Maybe if you would have asked me last year or 2 years ago, I would have been like,
Maybe.
yeah, definitely. But I think that ship has sailed, man. That ship has sailed. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna front though, man. That Kyle Tucker thing, man, it's a tough one. I really, really, really was hoping that we could land him somehow, and I still am, but I don't see how the Cubs give that up, man. Especially now that their fan base knows they got to do like Kyle Tucker, they can't just go ahead and trade him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Their fan base will be up in arms, dude. They'll go crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna extend him because he's gonna hit the open market. So it's a good chance he might be a Yankee next year. Because the Yankees are going to try to bid for him. They've been trying to. There's two guys that the Yankees are trying to get after. Obviously, Kyle Tucker. Bellinger's a guy that had interest in the Yankees. The Yankees had interest in him a couple times. So I think that deal will probably get done, and then maybe you get yourself Kyle Tucker. You get Kyle Tucker, you move Cody Bellinger to first base. And
Yeah.
then you go from there.
The thing though with Bellinger though, man, he has that he has 2 years technically, but he has an opt out.
A player.
So if he don't perform well, then he can.
Oh,
You know,
bid.
I think. Look, here's the thing with Bellinger, right? Personally, I get it. His numbers were down last year, but I think his bat plays so well at Yankee Stadium that he's gonna perform. He's gonna do good. I'm not gonna say he's definitely not hitting no 50 home runs like he did back in the day with the Dodgers or 47, whatever he had. That's probably not gonna happen. But he's a good pickup. My whole thing though is just at that price, is it worth it? And then if you taking that contract off of the Cubs back, right? That allows them to actually bid against you if you're going for Kyle Tucker next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's already going to be on the team. They're going to try to extend him, and now they have $27.5 million to play with.
It depends. If you were able to get them to take back Marcus Stroman, it kind of washes. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That contract, yeah, we'll end up with the bigger salary, but you kind of but at the same time too, Stroman has another option that they could pick up. They just could decide not. They could decide to let go as well. So
hmm
we'll see. Maybe we'll watch it at the end of the day.
yeah. It's like a $9 million difference between their salaries.
Mm-hmm.
$9 million difference. Let's get into some of these other. Angel Calderon, I appreciate the sub. Nando390 says, do Yankee fans care about 2017 Astro players playing on the team now, or is that old news? You care about that, Ace?
No, here's my thing. If you could help this team win, as
Mhm.
much as I'm on the record of saying this, as much as we've been cheated, let's cheat for a change. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get a player that can cheat it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a W. I got a taste of the World Series on the channel. I want to win it. You know what I'm saying? I'm over all that stuff for real, for real. Like, especially with last year. And let me tell you this. The Astros are heading in the other direction. For all the Yankee fans that are nervous about the Astros, and for all those Yankee haters last year, like, oh yeah, you guys had an easy path. You didn't have to face Houston. Like, they didn't make it. You can only play who's in front of you. It's as simple as that. But the Astros, I think, are closer to heading, especially if they get rid of Valdez. They're closer to heading in the other direction than they are for competing.
Yeah, I think the Astros of old, they're not the same team, obviously, but
Nope.
they always in there somehow. So I expect them to be in the running for the AL West.
Mm-hmm. The good
But they not.
organizations usually are,
Yeah.
and you got to tip your cap to them. The Astros are something that's just been a pain in our asses. And same thing with Alex Bregman. Well, we talking about Alex Bregman. Like they had said earlier, he's been a thorn. Who was it? Cashman or Boone that said earlier. He's been a thorn in our side. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for him to be a thorn in somebody else's side. Like that's what it comes down to,
Mhm. I think he'll fit in well with the Yankees, man. He would.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the players judging them. I think they're over that stuff too, man.
It's been
None
so
of
much
them.
time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them weren't even around that long for those days, with the exception of Judge, DJ, Stanton caught a little bit of it. That's pretty much it, man. When you think about it, Cole was on the team, so he can't say anything.
If that's the case, why wouldn't you want Cole? I mean, why do we want Cole?
Exactly.
We cool
Yeah.
with Cole, but we not cool with Bregman. Like whatever helps this Yankee team win, and that's why I would have entertained getting rid of Luis Hill, because it would have made this team better with Kyle Tucker.
Yep.
So like I'm trying to make this current team better because guess what? The windows are closing on Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge. We got to make it happen.
No, it is, and it's closing fast. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
was telling people. People were like, "Well, just wait for the farm. We got a lot of." I'm like, dude, if you waiting for the farm to come save this team, Aaron Judge is gonna be gone. Like, look, the Yankees don't have that luxury, man. Every year they have to be it's win or bust. Every year, in my opinion, they got to be all in every year. There is no breaks. There is no rebuilds. And if they're gonna do that, then they have to literally tear it all down and just rebuild from scratch. You can't halfway rebuild.
Reload. The Yankees always
Yeah.
reload. I don't
Yep.
think I don't think Yankee fans really know what a rebuild is. In my lifetime, the Yankees have never rebuilt. A rebuild consists of if you hypothetical situation, if they decided to rebuild tomorrow, that
Hmm.
means you're trading away Garrett Cole for prospects. You're trading away Aaron Judge for prospects. You might keep Volpe. Jazz is still under contract. He's still young
Hmm.
enough. Austin Wells will be kept. But anybody that's worth it is out
They're
of there.
gone. Yeah.
Is gone. So I don't think Yankee fans really want that. They're not clamoring for that. You know what I'm saying? Yankee fans want their cake and they want to eat it too. Same thing. I want to be able to reload and go for a championship, especially with the AL East. Speaking of wanting your cake and eat it too, no pun intended. The AL East is a cakewalk. Like it's as simple as that. If we're able to reload, we could be right back in the World Series, and then it's a crapshoot. You just never know.
Yep. I agree, man. King Cash, he's the ultimate Dodgers troller, man. He said, I thought it would be old news to Yankees win a World Series. I get it, man. We getting there. We're gonna get one. I feel it. What's up to my new favorite channel? I appreciate it, Paranormal in the Funhouse. You got to check out the Aces channel, man. If you like my channel, you're gonna love his channel.
Appreciate that. Thank you, man. Much love,
Tom Ruck, the Korean second baseman, Hai Sung Kim.
Kim.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, not to be confused with the other Kim
The
from
other
the
Kim.
Padres.
Yeah.
Because I was, man, when I kept hearing this name, I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? He's been already here. And they're like, no, it's another one. I said, oh. But anyway, looks like he will be a good fit. Left leadoff.
I wouldn't mind that. Plays decent second base. I wouldn't mind that at all.
But I'm not well versed on that, like the whole Korean players and stuff. Does it translate though? I know Japanese players, they translate to the MLB hitters.
Mhm.
Obviously, MLB is a lot harder, so they might decline a little bit. But I don't know about Korea. Are they that good over there?
I think if you could ball, you could ball, especially if you're at this level.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're at this level, you could provide something for the team, especially with the longevity that Kim has and the other Kim as well. So I think it translates. But as far as Japanese players, it's different over there. They're starting to become like elite over
Mm-hmm.
there. So it's hard to compare. Because like in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion from being around baseball my whole life. I still think Hispanics are it. You know what I'm saying? Like Dominican Republic,
Oh yeah.
Venezuela is starting to gain some traction. Puerto
Mm-hmm.
Rico, Puerto Rico is good too. We've seen a couple of Cuban players, but the Japanese players are really starting to catch up. Look at what they're doing over there in LA. They're starting to become a conglomerate over there.
Yeah, man, they got a lot of guys, man. You got the dude Murakami coming. He's the next big
Sasaki.
hype. Yep.
Hmm.
Roki Sasaki is posted now. That's another thing. The Yankees signed that young shortstop from Dominican Republic
Hmm.
today. I forgot his name. Damn, I can't think of his name. But like when I first heard it, because he's supposed to be like people are very high on this dude. So I'm like, okay, that's great. And then I realized, wait a minute, but we need that money to go after Roki Sasaki. So I mean, they probably feel
Maybe.
like, yeah, maybe they probably feel like, you know what, it's not even worth it. He's clearly said he wants to go to a small market team, right?
Yeah.
So,
So if I'm a guess, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say it's either gonna be the Padres or the Mariners
hmm
because like the Japanese players not only want to play with other Japanese heritage around. The Yankees have, and this was frustrating. We have our Japanese heritage. Where's Tanaka? Where's Matsui? Ichiro
hmm
was even here for a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Like where are those players when you're trying to really get Japanese players to come over here? It's like they're not at the meetings, they're nowhere to be found, yada yada.
yeah,
But Japanese players, I mean, and on top of that, it's easier for them to be in the West Coast because they can get more of their Japanese people, their eyes on the game if they're playing West Coast time because the game started at 10 o'clock over there.
yeah.
So over here on the West Coast, on the East Coast, which is where I'm at, it's 7 o'clock.
No, but in New York City, man, there's a bunch of Japanese people over there, man.
Yeah.
So there's a big market for Japan in New York, but I don't know, for whatever reason, it seems like they're attracted to the West Coast teams. And I get it though. I get it. And it's different for the Yankees because we don't have any Japanese players currently on our
Yep.
roster. So it's different to have like old players. Maybe they could come in every now and then, show their face and just, just to show their face and be like, hey, and talk to them and be like, how you doing, whatever. But when you don't got nobody else, it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know if you ever
Yeah.
been in a room with a whole bunch of people speaking a different language.
Hmm.
Imagine doing that for 162 days straight, and you don't know what's going on. So
I seen the clips of Otani needing a translator, except when a baddie was around him. Then he's speaking English
no, that
when he got a fine chick around him. He's
yo,
speaking some English. I'm like, he's trying to riz her up.
yo, Ace, that motherfucker knows English,
He
bro. You ain't
does.
fooling
He's
me,
trying to
man.
play stupid. He's trying to play
Yeah.
stupid to get away with all that betting shit. That's what he's trying to do.
Here we go, man. Oh man, don't start
Yeah,
with that,
yeah,
man. That's a conspiracy theory.
yeah.
Oh shit. But anyway, man, yeah, like I gotta let this thing finish. Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't. I'd be shocked if Roki Sasaki came to the Yankees. I really would at this point. I'd
Yeah,
be shocked.
I think Padres or Seattle,
Or Seattle,
especially
and
especially if Seattle's trying to get rid of pitchers now. We're
it's
hearing that they could be in the market to get rid of Castillo and Gilbert.
yeah, and it's crazy because they have a crazy pitching rotation, man. They got a freaking squad over there, pitchers. They just need offense. They got no offense.
Yep.
We'll see, man. But it's gonna be interesting to see what Cashman does. Let me get to some of these chats, man. I like to go through all of them, man. I hope you don't
Definitely.
mind.
Gotta show some love for the chat.
Yeah,
They could be anywhere in the world, but they're here listening to us, and we
yeah.
appreciate that.
You can see him good on your side.
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, man. Cashman says, "Oh, Cashman." Clientele says Cashman is gonna strike like a ninja at night. Did you see how he keep looking down at his phone at his conference call today? Yeah. At one point, he even apologized because he was like, "Man, he had to, I guess, send a text out or something, man. It's either that or he got a shorty on the side. I think he's divorced, right, or
It
something.
might be both.
It might be both, right?
Maybe he's trying to get some tail and make a transaction at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But he's looking stressed. He looked like he haven't slept.
It's a tough time. I mean, the winter meetings I imagine were grueling. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to be a part of that, but it just seems like, to be honest with you, it seems like this Soto stuff woke the Yankees up more than actually losing the World Series,
Yeah.
because Hal's starting to feel George like. He's starting to feel a little Georgie out there. You know,
Hmm.
like he's like, okay, I know who my father is type stuff. And I say it, hats off the house. Seems like he's standing on business. Like so far, we haven't made any moves with the bat, but we've made some good moves to solidify our pitching. And good
Hmm.
pitching could beat good hitting. Like, dude, we might have, I'll put our rotation of Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Luis Hill, Rodon, Clark Schmidt, which is the order I'd put them into,
Hmm.
against any type of rotation, right? And then on top of that, you got to think you brought back Jonathan Loizaga, who his
Hmm.
only issue is injuries, but he's got electric stuff. Then you
Yeah.
just got then you got Luke Dreamweaver. You got him.
Hmm.
Put him in the eighth hole. Put him in the eighth inning. Then you got Devin Williams, top five relievers. As simple as that. Jake Cousins had a great year last year. Scott Efros, we still haven't seen what he's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like he still hasn't really panned out, but it's a good start. Next move I'd make if I'm the Yankees, if you're not going to get Tanner Scott, I'd bring Tim Hill back, because Tim
Yeah.
Hill changed his, like, Matt Blake was able to change all of who Tim Hill was, and he was a very efficient pitcher for us last year.
No, definitely do. And we have no lefties, man. I think it's a must. At this point, you have to bring him back.
Yep.
And that's not. I don't think there's any good left-handed relievers on the free agency market
Tanner
right
Scott.
now.
Tanner
With
Scott.
with the exception of Tanner Scott, but he's
Yeah.
going to cost you 19, 20, 21 million dollars a year, and I don't think the Yankees are going to go that route, especially signing Devin Williams. I just don't see it happen. If they do, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Yeah, because you got to figure Tanner's going to
Hmm.
require. He'll get double digits a year.
Yeah.
What I don't know, but Tim Hill would be a cheaper option, and he's been here before. I'd be all for that. Nestor Cortez could have came out the bullpen, but he didn't want to play out the bullpen. Chapman, Aroldis Chapman, we could have got him. I don't want him. I didn't want him back. The Red Sox could have his ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we need left-hand. Caleb Ferguson's still out there. You know what I'm saying? He did time with us, and he did time with the
Hmm.
Astros.
You said
That's
like
another lefty.
he did time. I thought, man, I thought he went to jail, man.
Yeah, nah,
Just
he might as well. He went to jail over there in Houston. Tim Meza, lefty. I don't want Tim Meza. I'm good on that one.
yeah, I'll pass. Yeah, there's not too many lefties out there, so I think you got to bring back Tim Hill at this point.
Hmm.
Sad for Nestor. Hopefully, he comes back sometime. I don't know. I'm good, man. On Nestor, like, don't get me wrong. I love Nestor, man. I appreciate his contributions to the team, but hey, man, it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is a business, and the Yankees, they did what's best for the Yankees.
Yep.
They had to move him. Okay,
Yeah.
clientele. Luis Arraez, horrible defender. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's what we've been saying.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Yeah, I'll pass. So I understand, but Cashman is dragging his feet. He should have gotten Christian Walker, the best defensive first baseman. What you think about that whole Christian Walker situation, man?
Good glove, but what makes me nervous is what we just saw with Anthony Rizzo. Like he's on the wrong side of 30. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? To be playing every day. Like I'm very concerned that he might take a nosedive. If
Hmm.
you tell me when it comes to first baseman, want me to be honest with you? I'm all for I think Carlos Santana at this point. Because if you give all right, I'm also for Christian Walker. If you gotta do this, Yankees gotta stop overpaying. I'm overextending, I should say, veterans. Like with
Yeah.
DJ LeMahieu. Stop giving them long contracts. If you gotta eat 1 or 2 years with the player option in between and pay them a little more money, I do that because next year my concern is Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah. All right. So you really think? So let's jump right into that. You really think the Yankees have a chance?
Why not? Because you think because he don't want to play here? That stuff kind of been debunked from there.
I mean, he walked it back a little bit, but at the same
Hmm.
time, he has to walk it back
Of
because
course.
when you go to free agent, you want the Yankees bidding on you because that's gonna drive up your price. I don't look. I'm not gonna say it's out of. It's of course everything's possible. It's possible. Who knows, man? For the right amount, he probably. But I really do think that he has a disdain for the New York Yankees, man. Whatever happened with his father and everything in the past. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think the guy you got to go after is Kyle Tucker, and you go after Vladdy too. But like, I wouldn't bank on it, man. You know,
Yeah, I would. I would love it
I would
because
love it too.
like
Don't get me wrong. I would love Vladdy, man. I
yeah,
just don't think that he wants to be here. That's the thing.
because he's not Soto, but he's like the next step under Juan
Hmm.
Soto as far as bringing that swag, bringing that energy, stuff like
Yeah.
that, run around the bases, telling people to shush, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. He has no problem hitting in Yankee Stadium.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think it would be great to get him for real, for real. But this is the reason why the Yankees are going to be in the bid for him. And like you had said, he kind of walked that stuff back. He kind of talked to his pops, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Kind of walked it back. But it's like you gotta you when it comes to that, man, like it's the same thing with Bregman. You gotta let that stuff in the past go. The past is in the past, man. Let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, gotta worry about winning from both sides. The Yankees might be his best chance to win. You know, imagine having a team of Aaron Judge, imagine Jason Dominguez coming into his own, Anthony Volpe taking that next step, possibly Kyle Tucker next year, and then all of a sudden you get what's it called, Vladimir
Vladdy.
Guerrero Jr. add to that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good move.
Oh man, that's a dream lineup right there. And like, man, I hope so. I hope so because I love Vladdy, man. It's hard for me to believe that somebody after talking all that and saying all he said could change his mind.
I
That
mean, look at
quick.
what Stroman was in the same boat. Remember?
Yeah, but he never said that he would never play for the Yankees. If anything, he was mad because they didn't trade for him.
Yeah, but he had a grudge against us too. Remember, he was talking about that
Yeah,
Gaga where he's like, you know, because
Yankee
he was
fans too.
butthurt. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was butthurt because he wasn't a Yankee. But who's to say you sit down and you just, you know, you let all that stuff go. But it's
Hmm.
like it just goes to show to a good topic too. Yankee policies got to change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like a lot of Yankee policies got to change. The Yankees are very, clean cut, business like. You know what I'm saying? Like but this isn't this day and age of player. You know what I'm saying? Like this year when we had Soto, Stroman, Verdugo, we saw the Yankees have an aura around them. The Yankees had swag for the
Jazz.
first time. Jazz too
Yeah.
as that factor. You know what I'm saying? Like the Yankees got to change. Like realistically, if George was alive, he'd still be pissed that Stroman was wearing a do rag under the Yankee hat. You know that.
Oh man, there's
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
fans that were pissed, man. I was happy, man.
Yeah,
I'm all
but you know
for it.
what though? Like me and my nephew were talking about. I get it. The Yankees try to be super OD Italian, and there's nothing wrong with trying to be that. I love myself Italian food, us being from New York City, but you gotta go for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you have to go for everybody. You can't just try to go for the clean cut business look. You
yeah,
know?
definitely, man. But even though I would say this though, Vladdy looked like he cut his hair and everything just to kind of,
I thought
you
so.
know, to
I thought they were gonna make that trade.
attract a specific team or something, you know, just to let them know, like, look, I'm willing to go over there. I cut
Hmm.
my hair. That's not even a question anymore. You
How
know,
pissed will Vladdy be though if all of a sudden next year he becomes a Yankee, then they get rid of the long hair beard policy? He's like, I cut my hair for nothing.
I know, right? Nah, but I don't think he cut it for the Yankees. I think he just did it just for anybody who was questioning that, you know,
Hmm.
just to let everybody know. And them dreads are probably starting to stink too, man. You know,
Yeah. No comment.
no comment, man. He
I
can
ain't
still
never had
rock
hair. I
extensions.
ain't never had hair that long.
You
Yeah.
seen Luis Hill? Luis Hill got dreads right now. But those
Hmm.
they extensions, so he can still
Oh
put them
yeah, they
back.
all
You know,
growing out their beards in the off season because they know damn well they can't do that shit during the regular season. But I
yeah,
seen Aaron Judge with a beard. I'm like, okay, Aaron, like go
yeah.
ahead. That maybe a bearded Aaron Judge will go off in the playoffs. You never know. It can't
You
hurt.
never know. I'm not gonna lie though, he looked weird though. He
That's
looked
because you're not
weird with a
used to it.
beard. Yeah,
I
I was
mean,
looking at him like, oh no,
did you
dude.
see that? Did you see that pic? Did you see that pic that was floating around of Fernando Tatis with no facial hair, no hair?
Yeah.
That's the exact reason we
Now
got to
that,
end
that
up changing. Like, come on, man.
dude, there's one floating around of Devin Williams without his beard because you know he got a nice beard,
Yeah, he gonna
and
have to
he
cut it
looked
off.
no, he looked like he's 8 years old, man.
Shit's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
But it's just little petty stuff like that. Like sometimes that matters for players. That does matter.
It does, man.
You know.
Especially hair, dude. Like, when you're growing your hair for 12 years or whatever it is, to cut it, and you, especially if you don't even know if you're gonna stay with that team.
Yep. On a 1 year deal or anything like that. Absolutely.
Uh, Paranormal says, I want to get Cody with the package deal for Nico Horner as well. Maybe that would work out. I think will be perfect. And then try Ben Rice at first because he saves money and we gotta have somebody young. I'm not against the whole Ben Rice thing, but to me, that's option C. Like if you could get Carlos Santana on a 1 year deal, you got to do that before you put Ben Rice out there. I like
Yeah.
Ben Rice and everything, but he's still young. We don't know what we're gonna get from him. The last
He's
thing
not
you
ready.
want, yeah, he's not ready. That's how I felt about Caleb Durbin. The last thing you want is to put one of these young guys out there and realize, oh, they're not ready. Now we got to scramble, try to get a second baseman or first baseman from somewhere. So
Well, here's the deal though.
mhm. Oh my
If the
gosh, I
Yankees
can't
would
see.
have brought back Soto, you would have had to use guys like maybe potentially Ben Rice and Caleb Durbin to offset the price. Because when
Mhm.
Hal Steinbrenner came and said it's not, it'd be tough to constantly live over the $300 million threshold. What he meant by that is you might not need to if some of these prospects, you know what I'm saying, pan out. But now you're not paying 50 something million, 40 something million a year for a Juan Soto. So you can go out there and spread the wealth around. So a guy like if you bring in a first baseman, you know what I'm saying, Ben Rice might be out of there. And I'm not saying I don't think Ben Rice is trash. I've been on note saying I just think he's not ready because I see the potential, especially him
Yeah.
being a catcher. You know what I'm saying? Like he was brought up as a catcher, got thrust into first base. I think that where it changed for Ben Rice was that 3 home run game because then he tried to put on that power swing. Like when he
Yep.
hit 3 home runs, next thing you know, his swing was totally different, and he wasn't making contact and stuff like that. He's an athletic kid. You know what I'm saying? He could run, he could hit. But that once you got that taste of that power, Yankee Stadium was going crazy. You hit 3 home runs. Next thing you know, he was trying to do that shit every time at the plate. Another person that does that kind of infuriates me is Jazz. Like Jazz
Yeah.
has to stop trying to swing for the fence. I get it. That right porch looks very close. You have to stop swinging for the fences. With Jazz's speed, he's become more of a slap hitter and just start slapping it all around.
Yeah, man. Just put the ball in play, man. When you're that
Yep.
fast, good things will happen. I
Yep.
promise you. Yeah, with Ben Rice, I think after that 3 home run game, which is amazing, by the way, I think sometimes when something like that happens, you feel like you have to live up to that because you got a lot of attention. A lot of people started saying, "Oh, he's the next this, he's the next that," and yeah, man. And then you feel like you got to live up to that. It's a lot of pressure for young kids. Sometimes it's better just stay under the radar and just play your game, just play your style of baseball.
Yep.
Your style of baseball, man. Look, you don't always have to hit home runs.
Nope.
Obviously, it's just it's baseball. You're gonna fail more than you succeed. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, you got to play to your strengths. You know.
Yeah. Isn't Bregman a Scott Boras player? Because would the Yankees
Yes,
do that right now after the crap Boras pulled? I don't think they're both sides are in good terms. I think, man, at the end of the day, it's business, man, and they
yeah,
understand. These people, they're professionals. They're
a-
professionals. They probably still have some bitterness with each other, but if they want to play, they're gonna deal with. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time you deal with Scott Boras.
absolutely. Especially with Bregman, he's not no spring chicken either. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He's kind of getting up there in age. You know, how many, like this might be his last big contract, depending on what the Yankees give him or depending on what somebody else gives him. You're 30, you're about to be 31 before the start of start of opening day. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
This could be your last big payday. Circumstances are different. Juan Soto was an anomaly because you're not going to see a player of that talent hit free agency that young. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, the Yankees, I don't feel like Scott Boras screwed over the Yankees. The Mets just outbid them. Steve Cohen was not going to be held down. You got to tip your hat to the Yankees, for going that high, but you also got to tip your hat to Scott Boras. He handled his business. He said, this was the type of move that he needed to make because he had missed out on Yamamoto. He had missed out on Otani. He needed to make a statement. I think if the Yankees would have even went up to 800, he probably would have went up higher. It's as simple as that.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm not. Look, I'm not mad at Hal at all. I know a lot of people are out there, saying this and saying that, saying how it's cheap and what's 50 million more and everything. It's easy to say that when it's not in your pockets, but at some point,
Absolutely.
I think Hal realized, look, this is gonna go on forever. We're already at ridiculous levels where he went to. It's already ridiculous, right? If he bid it more, Steve Cohen was just gonna bid higher, and it would have just went, and we would have been in the 850 range,
Yeah.
He couldn't do it, man. He did the right thing, and I give a lot of credit to Hal, man, because I didn't think he had it in him. I
Yeah.
really did not. But he went all out, man. What more can you ask for, really?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Soto went to the Mets because it's not because he thinks they building a dynasty and all that. It's because they gave him like 50 million more potentially with the escalators and everything. Freaking free security for him and his family for the duration of that contract. That costs a lot of money too. Nobody's talking about that. $500,000 suite or whatever it costs, for a premium. It's just in total, man. They're gonna end up spending like 820, 30 million for this dude.
Yep.
Mhm.
So he better bring him a championship because if not, whew,
Oh man, I'm telling you, dude. And that's my thing too. I was arguing with one of my Met fan friends, man, because he's like, yeah, and this. I'm like, dude, what do you really expect from him? What numbers does he have to put up? What's the bar where you're like, okay, it was worth it? And if you don't reach that, you're gonna feel like you made a big mistake. And he's like, well, he got a bat 300. And
he's
I'm
not
like, well,
batting
guess
300.
what? He didn't bat 300 last
No,
year. He's
and
like,
that
he's
was with
gonna
Judge
give you.
behind him. Yeah.
And they're like, he's gonna give you 40 home runs, and I'm like, that's possible, man. But he never did that before. He did it at Yankee Stadium with the short Porsche. Unless you guys are gonna bring the wall in for him, I don't know.
Well, City Field, or as I call it, Shitty Field, does play well to his swing. He's a left center field type dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like somebody had actually posted it today. I think he would have had like at least 5 or 6 more home runs if he played in
And City,
because
yeah,
yeah, because in our
mm,
stadium that left center field is the deepest. So
yeah. So I could see the 40, but if he, like, I don't know what the
maybe,
expectation is, but they look at the end of the day, he's a great player, generational player. I wish we could have retained him. We couldn't. Let's move on.
yeah.
That's how I see it, man.
I mean, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But,
Ooh.
he's also not going to have that protection behind him. Like, that's the best player on the planet, Aaron Judge. So
Oh
he's
yeah.
going to learn like Robinson Cano. It's not always sweet on the other side.
Oh, definitely, man. It's definitely not sweeter. And I know he's looking at all the moves Catcher making right now. And it's like, damn, they went and got
Well,
Devin Williams.
I think he had to have known that beforehand. Devin Williams kind of came out of nowhere. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, there was no chatter about that at all. So I'm sure, like, because there were reports that were saying Soto was talking to Cashman and them about what moves, like, to
Hmm.
do next type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Williams was on that radar. Um, Freed, possibly because we started hearing the Freed stuff happen, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
type stuff. But Yankees still got a lot of work to be done. This was a good this so far. We've solidified our bullpen with 2 moves, our starting rotation. Now we gotta get some bats. The bats
Yeah.
should be the next target. I expect a lot of work to be done, and I expect them to do it. And I think they know what's expected of them. So
No, they do. Hal said it. He knows what's expected of him, and
yeah,
he's lived up to his comments so far.
yep,
But Slack Wolf Vampiro says, "Isn't Bregman?" Oh yeah, we already
yeah, we
read
read
that
that.
one. I wouldn't deal with Boris if I was Hal. Hey man, you're gonna have to if you want to, because Boris ain't going nowhere. So
You got to. Yeah, you
yeah.
can't avoid it.
sign Bregman, Scott, and trade for first baseman, and the team is stacked. Man, Tanner Scott though, like we got Devin Williams. Yeah, like
You could
I
never
don't,
use too many bullpen arms though.
oh no,
But
yeah, I would
yeah,
like it, man, but that's a $20 million a year type of guy, man.
I don't think he'll get 20. I think he'll get less.
Maybe less,
I
man.
think he'll probably get about 17 a
But
year.
even 17 is a lot for a reliever.
But he's gonna want to be a closer though. That's the problem. You can't stack up on closers and just expect them to jump into a regular role. Luke
Mhm.
Weaver, but the thing with Luke Weaver is Luke Weaver emerged as a good closer
Mhm.
by committee. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
showed that he could do it. Luke Weaver was a starter initially, then
Yeah.
became a bullpen guy, and we initially got him to eat up innings, then put him in the back end of the bullpen. So Devin Williams, no doubt, is going to be the closer for this team. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the close. He's going to get the first shot at being a closer,
Mhm.
especially with that nasty changeup he's got. But it's good to know that if he struggles, you have another option in Dream Weaver to throw out there that's done it before on the
Oh
biggest
yeah,
on the
man.
biggest stage. And keep in mind too, for the people that are like Devin Williams doesn't have a lot of playoff experience. He got three games playoff experience. That's a very small sample size, especially for a reliever. Very very small sample size.
Yeah, I mean, he haven't had the opportunity. That's not his fault.
Yeah.
You need your team to get there.
And you need the situation to be able to back for them to put you in.
Exactly. Especially when you're a reliever, a closer at that part.
Mm-hmm.
Manuel says, me personally, I want Bregman. He's good, and I imagine a third base shortstop Volpe, second Jazz, and imagine first Walker or Belly. What's the deal with Christian Walker? Are the Yankees out on this dude? 'Cause I haven't heard. Last I heard, the Nationals of all teams, right? Were like, was it the Nationals or the Mariners? It was the Nationals. Yeah, they're offering like 4 years or something like that. And I was like, what?
Nationals could also be in on Pete Alonso too, from what from what
Hmm.
sources are saying. Um, Christian Walker news definitely died down. It was hot for a minute before the Tucker trade was up in the air. Because remember, Christian Walker got. I think if they didn't put Tucker on the block, I think Christian Walker probably would have been a Yankee. Then they kind of put all that stuff on hold. Me personally, if you tell me tomorrow he's a New York Yankee, I would hope it's for a short term contract because I don't want
Hmm.
it to stop us from getting Vlad. I wouldn't be against it. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna get Cody Bellinger, you could put him at first base, and then you got to figure out outfield. I don't know if you're gonna make another trade for an outfielder. The free agent market is not outside of Juan Soto, Tanner Scott, Corbin Burns, Mac Fried. This free agent market is not good. I don't want the Yankees to have to overpay. I would rather them be very aggressive and attack during trades, which is what they've done. They got
Hmm.
themselves Devin Williams. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to trade for Cody Bellinger. They're trying to trade for Kyle Tucker as well. That's how you got to attack things if it's a weak market. Next year's a little bit better because you're going to have, like I said, Vlad, and you're going to have Tucker at the top of it, a couple of other guys as well. But short term at first, I'd be okay with.
Corey Seager could opt out next year too.
Uh,
I doubt it though, but
yeah,
he
I
could.
don't think we need him. We
Yeah,
got
now we
Volpe,
don't because we got
yeah.
Volpe. But look, my whole thing with Volpe, right, is we going on year 3, right? If he can't regress at this point, he has to. I'm not. I don't look. I don't expect him to be Derek. I don't like, but I do need him to be consistent throughout the year, and maybe at least give me 275, 280. Better, more walks, man. Better plate appearances. A better on base percentage. That way he can steal bases because he's got the legs to do it. The thing is that you got to get on base to steal. I don't care how
Yeah.
fast you are.
Well, like I said, I called games last year. A lot of that, some of that, I'm gonna put on Boone. To be honest with you, if I'm gonna be
Hmm.
completely honest with you, because there are several times that Volpe's on base and he's not going. I don't
Yeah,
know if they're not calling for him to go. I don't know if he wasn't getting a read on it more last year, or if now the book was out because you could steal. But bigger bases, you're not taking off nearly as much as you did the year before. But I'm
exactly.
right there with you with Volpe. I need Volpe to ride that momentum that he had in the playoffs. If we can get that Anthony Volpe
Hmm.
year 3, I'm not saying he'll be an all-star, but he can be a good player that you'll end up having at the bottom of your order. That the thing is with Volpe, you need to open it up and hit more to the right field. You know what I'm saying? Because like stop trying to pull everything. That was Glaber's problem too. When you're trying to pull everything in Yankee Stadium, you're not playing well. First of all, you're not playing well to the stadium. You're not playing well to your mechanics. You're busting out of your mechanics when you're trying to pull everything. When the ball's pitched on the outside, try to take it to right field, start slapping it more to right, and you can get yourself a lot more base hits go in that direction. And with the short porch of Yankee Stadium, a lot of balls can fly out. But Volpe does have some pop. We saw in the World Series that grand slam he hit looked like it was easily off the bat.
Oh
So
no, yeah, he's got pop, but that's what scares me though. Like I don't need him to hit home runs. So when he's swinging for the fences, I'm like, slow down, that guy. I get it if you run into one every now and then, that's great. But I feel like it gets contagious where everybody's just trying to they swinging out of their cleats, you know?
that's everybody. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yankee fundamentals.
Hmm.
Swing rate. That's what they want you to swing. Launch angle. That's what they want you to do. That's not what you're supposed to do. If
No.
we get 10 years out of Volpe in the nine, in the 8, 7, 8, 9 hole. Personally, I love him in the 7 hole, but 9 hole depending on who we get. If you keep him down in the order, and he's a guy that could give you 270, an OPS of around 800, which is
Hmm.
above league average, high steals, about close to 20 home runs a year. Gold glove caliber shortstop, even though some people like my guy Li Yankee King, who was in the building. What up, Li? Wants Volpe to move to second
Elias
base.
here.
Yeah, Li's he's at the
Man,
bottom. Yeah,
I'm trying to catch up to the. Usually when it's just me, I just start banging out all the comments, man. I get to
yeah.
everybody. I like
But
it. I'll tell you what though, Eli. Sometimes Eli be right, man. He,
but Li is a troll, bro.
yeah,
Li is one of my favorite Yankee people that come in here. He's everywhere. Li's plugged into everywhere. But yeah, Volpe. I mean, Li thinks Volpe should eventually go to second. I'm gonna tell you this: if we got Bregman, I
hmm
wouldn't be opposed to Volpe going to second because I don't want Jazz's arm wasted at second base. He's got too much of a cannon for you to waste that second. Now those will help on the balls in the hole, you know what I'm saying, like towards shortstop, but Jazz has too much of a cannon to waste that second.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he does, man. He does. The good thing though is that, especially like when you got a guy like Jazz or even Cody Bellinger, if we were to get him, like these guys, you can move them around. You
Versatility.
know, yeah, you got versatility. Obviously, you want them at their position, right? But if people go down, it's a long season, as you know, because you be calling the games, man. And so it's good to have that versatility where you can put Jazz at third base. Obviously, it's not ideal. I get it. He did better than what anybody could have expected from him at third base.
Hmm.
And I think if he played
Absolutely.
more, he eventually would learn the position properly and be a great third baseman. I really do think that. But that's asking a lot for a guy, man. Just well, you could just put him at second. That's his position. Just leave him there and get an Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman is a great defender, man. He's no slouch, bro. And you do that, man, and you get somebody like Christian Walker, if that was to happen, or even Carlos Santana is good with the glove, man. Now your infield is solid at that point.
Yeah,
Austin Wells, too. A
absolutely.
lot of people like sleeping on Austin Wells. He got sneaky good at catching, man.
But it's so frustrating with Austin Wells because of Aaron fucking Boone. Austin
Mm,
Wells probably could have won Rookie of the Year. Boone didn't start splitting time at the beginning of the year, 2/3 of the season with Jose Trevino. Like
mhm.
Aaron Boone, and this is why guys like DJ LeMahieu got to be off this team. I said it with Aaron Hicks and Josh Donaldson. Aaron Boone is too prone to play his guys because he likes them. You got to put
Yep.
out the best product at the end of the day. That's why you can't tempt him with DJ LeMahieu because I could just see Aaron Boone now. Like, okay, we get Cody Bellinger. Let's put him in center field. We got DJ LeMahieu at first. I don't want to see that shit. I really don't.
Yeah. Paranormal says, good to see you active live daily now, my dude. Yeah, I've been trying, man. I've been trying. I've been off the whole week, so it's a little easy. But when I start working, man, these late night streams be kicking my ass, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think Howe is pissed, as reported. I don't think at the moment they're gonna go after Boris players, and I think Bregman is, I
I don't
guess,
think that
man.
should affect business. I don't think that should affect business at the end of the day. Because like you were saying to Jason's point earlier, they've done business in the past with them before. They've had
Mhm.
good deals. They've had bad deals. That's just all part of the business.
Oh snap! We got Derek Jeter in the building.
That's one of mine. I don't think
Uh,
that's not really Derek Jeter. No.
Imagine though, Jeter. They were like, man, we need to go talk to Boone, man. Tell him to stop messing up.
Yeah, right.
Uh, Yankee Kyle, good evening, Jason. Good evening, Kyle. I appreciate it. Primetime Jay, I like the dialogue and the insight. Just sub. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. What else we got? You can see the comments good. You can read them.
Yeah, I can
You can
read
read
them.
them all if you want, man. You want
Oh
to
no,
take?
it's all you, man. Norma's in the building. What up, Norma?
Yeah. Jeremy Barnett, no disrespect, but if you're gonna do a show, you should know what you're talking about. The money that they spent was for this year's international money sake Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, you're right because it resets in January 15th. My bad, dude. Again, I'm human, bro. I'm not
Nah,
perfect,
I
man.
mean, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks.
So they had a. I think the Yankees they didn't have much, man. But you're right though. Sarah says, "Hey Jason and Ace, let's go. Love us getting Williams."
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. I see a lot of your people in here, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody. And if you haven't subbed to the Aces channel, man, the link is in the description. Make sure you sub. If you're into like movies and stuff too, and maybe we could talk about that, man. I want to ask you, you seen real quick, man. You seen what's it called? Gladiator 2?
Nah, I've been like the last couple of movies because everything's been so busy. I haven't. Everything else I pretty much did. Like the last month or so, kind of had to take a little hiatus from it, but wasn't the biggest. I mean, I'm plugged into the movie channels, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be on somebody's channel tomorrow as well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear good things about it. I really didn't. I didn't think they should have made that movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah, some things are better left the way it is.
Especially
I, I,
legacy films. Like this is
yeah.
the legacy films aspect, and we won't talk too much about this. Like Beetlejuice, I love that. I thought it was great. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But legacy sequels are very risky.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Uh, Good evening, Yankee. I appreciate it. Oh, they have their own pretty. Sasaki should go to the Padres. Sasaki and Yu Darvish are really close. I heard he's like his godfather or something like that. Something crazy. Tim Hill 2-year deal for sure. What's going to happen to Tim Mazer?
I don't care about Tim Mazer.
Yeah,
I'd
who
bring back
cares,
Tim Hill.
man?
Yeah,
That dude could kick rocks, man. For all I
yeah.
care. Everybody sleeping on Till. You know what? I haven't pulled up right here. I actually do because I wanted to bring him up
I'm
because I
actually
think.
surprised he hasn't gone. I'm gonna say I think he ends up back with the. He wants to be a Dodger.
Mhm.
He wants to be a Dodger, but I think the Blue Jays have the most to offer him.
Yeah, but I think that's what he's holding out. He's hoping that the Dodgers bring him back.
Hmm.
Do they really need to? I don't think they do. I really don't.
The Dodgers. I mean, it was. Hey, if the Dodgers get Teoscar Hernandez, that makes us look better next year for Kyle Tucker. So make
Yeah.
it happen.
Hmm. But that's Teoscar right there. If Christian ages well, he'll be good. And Vladdy is going to the Mets. Did you hear Cohen was trying to trade for Vladdy 3 days ago? Vladdy is going to be a Met
He's
or
not going to the
Boston.
Mets. He's not going to the Mets. They
I mean,
because I think they're gonna end up with Pete. Pete's their guy. I think that they had a nice little handshake deal behind the scenes. That they were like, let us get Soto, we'll bring you back, Pete. Pete is another Boras client as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy transition. I think they end up paying Pete, to be honest with you. I think Vlad will be a Yankee next year.
I hear what you're saying, but my only like I'll push back by saying that then why hasn't it been done yet? You know, we're going on a
With,
week. That sort of was
with who?
signed with Pete.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my thing.
money could be the thing. It could just be the dollars. Like because someone had made a good point. I mean, you look at what the Mets are doing. You know, Pete might start getting a little FOMO. Might
Hmm.
decide to take a little less. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. But you know, Boris is going to try to get everything out of every client. You know.
Yeah. Slackwolf says I like Murakami for the Yankees, and he mentioned that he likes the Yankees. That's well known. Yeah, I don't know, man. The last time I seen that dude, man, he looked a little overweight, but I hope he got it
So,
together, man.
so speaking of overweight, so does Soto.
Man, somebody
I
said.
mean, I'm on the
somebody
chunky side as well too, but I'm not joking. But damn, Juan, like already?
somebody said Scott Boras put a baby in him. I
Yeah,
was like,
oh man, yeah, yo. When I first saw it, I was like, "Who is this, Bartolo Colon?"
man, you seen
Like,
those
no,
pictures?
yeah, no wonder the Yankees didn't want his chef backstage with him because that motherfucker got fat as hell quick.
Yeah, nah, I don't think he's. I think he was probably wearing like a bunch of layers or
He
something.
probably could have.
Because they showed him when he was celebrating in the hot tub. I don't know if you seen that whatever Instagram post or whatever
Yeah,
it
he
was.
like he was shredded from. He like he was a little shredded. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
looked in shape, you know.
I don't know, man. The angles, like I said, I thought that was Bartolo Colon. I'm like, damn, that Ning was hitting, boy.
Yeah, that Benny was hitting, man. The Mongoose. I'm pissed. Cashman wouldn't trade Luis Hill. Tucker's a stud. I guess,
It,
man.
it is what it is. You know,
I
like
would have traded him, man. To be
me
honest,
too.
man.
And I don't just like Luis Hill. I love Luis Hill. Like I am a big fan of Louis Hill. But I wouldn't have stopped that from trading for Kyle Tucker. But maybe we trade from at the deadline. He's a little bit cheaper. Maybe we get him next year and we keep Louis Hill.
Yeah.
Because they think Louis Hill could be a number one in the future. That's why they're trying to hold on to him.
Yep. Vlad loves to hate the Yankees, and he ain't going to shave that beard. I think he would, man. I think first of all, the Yankees got to do something about that rule, man. Come on, bro. It's 2024. We going into 2025, man. Come on, that's some real 1927 type deal, man.
Yeah, it's like it's petty. I wouldn't let something like that hold up getting an elite type player.
Yeah. If the Yankees pay Vladdy the most, he'll come to the Yankees.
Oh yeah, he'll probably go to wherever, pays him the most and in a situation where he could try to win.
Yeah. That'd be tough for Blue Jay fans, man. That'd be tough. Gary Sanchez, Dylan Betances. Gary Sanchez, Dylan Betances couldn't wait for the offseason to grow that chin trap. Oh, Dylan Betances. He put Dylan Betances. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, man. Like I said, it's 2025, man. That's the thing. Look at my man Ace. He got a beautiful beard. Look at that thing, man.
Somebody is like, Ace, would you be a manager of the Yankees? I was like, I would. I had to shave this shit, but I would. But yeah.
Somebody Photoshop it, man. Let's see what it looks. Take it off.
But what's crazy though? They got that kid that's a ball boy that has to tuck his hair into his hat. Mm-hmm. That little skinny white kid that has to tuck his hair into his hat because he didn't cut it. And I'm like, obviously it's just a ball boy, but sometimes you can see his hair coming out and stuff. So it's just a stupid rule.
Demon D says, "What's up, fellas? What's good, Demon?
What up, D?
That Demon D. Hey, I want to ask you, man, what's the deal with this whole Cody Bellinger's fiance
and Giancarlo?
Giancarlo's ex. What you think? You don't think that could cause? That's like a ticking time.
I heard you talk about that at 2:00. I heard you talk about that at 2:00.
He gave it that exit velo, bro.
It really depends. Was Giancarlo blowing that back out right? Like Cody couldn't do it? It depends because she might be having flashbacks. I hope not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It didn't work so good out for LeBron James and that dude that was with his moms. It didn't work well with that.
Yeah, man.
Delonte West. But
that dude ended up homeless, man.
Yeah, because that's the LeBron influence.
Yeah. I think, look, they grown men, right? Mm-hmm. But the same way, men could be petty too, man, with stuff like that, man. So I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure that the Yankees are aware of that stuff, and I'm sure they call Giancarlo and they're gonna speak to him like, bro, you okay with this, man? Like,
we've dealt with worse. Like, Josh Donaldson came over, hated Garrett Cole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We've dealt with worse.
But this is different, man. Yeah. You're looking at Big G, bro.
Maybe Belly likes that. Maybe he likes to swing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that dude.
You never know. You already got Dominguez playing. Hopefully.
Yeah, Dominguez, in my opinion, should get the first crack at center field. Jacob Petruzzi, my guy, is in the building. Hey, Jacob's one of the best mods out there. No lie. Like, Jacob is another one that's plugged into every Yankee content creator, and dude is so helpful on my channel, man. Like, he always dropping links and stuff like that to the guest I'm on with. Jacob, man, you an MVP, and I'm gonna have to get you something for one of these days.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you joining, and like I said, man, I'm fairly new. Even though I got like a year too, but I just took a long hiatus, man. A long hiatus, man. I was focusing on life, man, and things happen, man. But
that happens. You on the road to 5K though? You close? You real close to 5K?
Yeah. Hopefully, Kyle Tucker, would have been the perfect player. Doesn't strike out, hits for average, can slug, and has speed. Yeah, man. Hopefully, I'm still holding on, man. I'm hoping that the Cubs say, you know what, man, we probably not even gonna be contending. Let's get the haul. I mean, would you give up a haul of prospects?
Define haul of prospects. Okay, you're stuck on the Kyle Tucker and Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, man.
Would I give up a haul for both of them? Which would be a crazy move if the Cubs did do that. Like, they would actually probably have done us a favor, because then if we were to send Louis Hill and our prospects, we don't have to see them because you send them off to Chicago. What would I be comfortable with for Cody Bellinger and Kyle Tucker? Louis Hill's gone. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Spencer Jones is gone. It's as simple as that. You're not going to need him anyway. He'll be gone.
So far I'm good with that.
Yeah, Roderick Arias is out of there. He's gone.
That's a tough one, but I'm good with that too.
George Lombard Jr. out of there. He's probably gone.
That's the one that hurts, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, where does he
Ch-
fit in? You
yeah.
know,
Chase Hampton probably gone. That's probably those
that's
five right
five.
there
Gets
are
it done.
probably gone. I don't think it gets it done. And then I throw in a Peraza because we
Peraza,
don't
you
need him
could
anyway.
go.
I throw in a Peraza, and then potentially Ben Rice. You probably looking at those seven
That's like
players.
7 players. That's a
You
lot.
probably looking at those 7 players to get Kyle Tucker and Caleb and Cody Bellinger.
For 1 year, when you put it that way, man, it's tough, man. But I'm thinking, and they take Marcus Stroman's contract. They take
Oh
him.
well, yeah. You throw in Stroman. If we throw in Stroman, you give us back Nico Horner.
Yeah, something like that, man.
So 8 for 3.
That's a huge trade right there, man. I
That'd
highly
be a
doubt it,
blockbuster.
man. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a blockbuster trade, but I doubt it, man, because their fan base is going crazy right now. They're so excited. Like for them to do that, man, it'd be tough, man. It'll say like, hey, we don't think we're contending this year.
Cub fans are super loyal though. They ain't nothing that team could do. They're still gonna be rooting for them.
I know, man, but that's a tough bro, man. That's a tough one.
I mean, but you're getting good prospects. You're getting a lot of MLB ready talent. You know what I'm saying? Luis Hill's rookie of the year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He instantly becomes one of your best pitchers. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a lot of good talent from the Yankees. So Spencer Jones in about another year and a half, he'll be ready. Lombard Jr., same thing. Roderick Arias, maybe about 2-3 years, maybe. Ben Rice is ready now. It just not for us. You know what I'm saying? He could be ready now for somebody else. So, Stroman is a reliable pitcher that will eat innings. You know what I'm saying? He'll get you some innings, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, you got a lot of your community's loyal, man. I give you that, man.
I appreciate that.
They-
Who was
they-
it? Jacob
they
just
tune
came
in,
in. Jacob
yeah.
Frederick. What up, man?
Yep. It's like, Howe's a great owner. I'm happy he didn't continue bidding. It was right for us. And plus, Soto is money hungry. He wanted every single penny. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. Look, that's one thing I'm not knocking Soto for. If that's his prerogative, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to go to the highest bidder. Hey, man, he earned it, bro. He really
earned
did. He earned it. So that's his whole thing. I'm hurt, obviously. I want them to be a Yankee. But if he wanted to go to the highest bidder, the way it didn't work out for us. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
earned it. It's as simple as that. The dude bet on himself. Same thing with Aaron Judge. Yankee fans just mad because we didn't get him, Like, Aaron Judge bet on himself too, But
Yeah.
Soto bet on himself at a lot younger age. That's why he got what he got. He has to turn down 400-something million from the Nationals and said, bet, I'm good. I waited for this moment. He's probably only going to hit free agency once, especially with those escalators. So you might as well make it worth it. I just,
Exactly.
highest paid player ever. I just wonder who the next person is going to be. I don't think there's anybody in the league that's going to be the next highest paid player, but that kid is probably somewhere in high school or, at the farm level somewhere. I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully. Or he's sleeping up there, hopefully. My
Yeah,
son.
Yeah, oh, there you go. What position your son play?
They be putting him in center field a lot.
Righty or lefty?
He's a righty.
Okay.
But he's a big kid, man. Like his size and everything. But he likes football, so
Oh,
that's his
yeah.
thing, man.
If I had kids, football would be a no for me. Baseball, look at the money. Look at that money you just got.
That's what I tell him, man. But it's just where I currently live in Texas, right? And it's all football. over
Football
here, man.
county. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
So all his friends are playing football and stuff. I mean, some kids play baseball too, but you gotta go to, like, they don't play baseball in like middle school and all of that.
Yeah.
Jay Snow, if there's one thing Cashman's good at is finding bullpen arms for cheap.
Absolutely. I could agree with that.
I tell you what, man, he got a great arm for cheap today, man, in Devin Williams.
Stolen.
I criticize Cashman so much, bro. I'm probably one of his toughest critics. But that move right there was borderline genius. It almost feels like it's too good to be true. Like, what's wrong with him? That's what I'm
Ski
thinking. Is he
mask.
healthy? Like, there's something wrong with him. Something
he's
got to be
healthy.
wrong with him.
Nah. He can't. He did have that back problem, but he came back healthy from that. You know what I'm saying? He looked good. Pete got a hold of him. You know what I'm saying at the end, but he looked pretty damn good, dude. 190 something. What is it? I posted today. Here's the stats on Devin Williams. Right, this dude is disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
Here we go. 183 career ERA. Since his debut in 2019, he ranks among relievers some of the best in 200 innings pitched, second in ERA with 183, fourth in strikeouts per 9 innings, sixth in home runs per 9 innings, and first in hits per 9 innings. Come on, we got a stud.
Yeah, that's the top. Some people, he's one of the best, but he had a down year last year. Obviously,
I
he
say
was
top.
hurt.
I say
Yeah,
top
but he's
three.
top
I would
three,
say top
four.
three.
Yeah,
I
no,
would
he's
put-
top three. As a matter of fact, I take Edwin Diaz and I put him under. He's like,
Yeah, but Diaz had a shit year last year.
that's what I'm saying. That's why he
Yeah,
was
okay,
the top
yeah.
three, but now not anymore. I think Devin Williams.
Clase is the top. But you see,
Yeah.
even Clase can get got. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So people giving him a lot of stuff, man. Especially Met fans, man, because Pete Alonso hit that big home run. But look, man, even Emmanuel
Well-
Clase got touched by us.
did you hear why?
He was tipping pitches.
That's what they said. But Yankees have to nip that in the bud because we've had problems with that too with Luis Severino. You can't
Yeah.
be tipping pitches out there because then all a batter has to do is sit on that changeup,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's low, let it go. If it's high, let it fly. It's as simple as that because that changeup will
Yeah.
drop out the zone. So
Yep. There's a YouTube. I forgot his name. He be saying that all the time.
cool.
It's a YouTube
That's
who
a
does
famous
baseball
saying.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
Everybody also too, make sure you guys hit that like button to my guy Jason, man. He's killing it over here.
yeah, appreciate it, man.
Let's get that like up to 50.
I send you a message in the back room. I don't know if you get it.
Oh no, I got this jing on full screen. Let me see.
Uh,
This is my first time using this.
Eli says Yankees got Devin Williams for absolutely nothing. You right, man. I wouldn't say absolutely nothing because Caleb Durbin is going to be a solid player. But yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. You're right,
Yeah.
man. That was a great move, man. That was a hell of a move. Alex
Yeah.
Bregman is in a decline. Absolutely not. That's what Eli says. He don't want Alex Bregman. He wants Murakami next year. I mean, but we still got to get through this year. So what we doing? We putting Jazz at third. See, that's the thing on top of it. Even if we put Jazz at third, now we leave second base open. We still need a second baseman. So
Yeah.
either we need a second baseman or a third baseman, and we need a first baseman and an outfielder. And if somehow they could patch that up, man, we're in good shape. The bullpen's starting to shape up. The starting rotation is solid right now.
Yeah.
Solid.
Oh yeah, one of the best in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go toe to toe with the Dodgers with this rotation.
Oh yeah, man. Look, so even though like if you look at the right, if you're just looking at the box score, right, the Dodgers 4-1 against the Yankees, it doesn't look great. But every game, man, it could have went either way. That's how I felt like almost every game. But I don't want to go back.
We blew it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
we
you.
blew
I'm
it,
saying
yeah.
we blew it because
Yeah, we did blew
even
it.
Dave Roberts was saying, you lose game. He was panicking about game one because you lose game one, they thought the Yankees were gonna win it. We blew that. Aaron Boone blew that one. Even
Yeah.
game 5, I'm gonna tell you this. I thought Judge was getting hot. Judge was on base in the last 2 games 8 times
Yeah.
in the win. And that home run, I called it. I actually called that 2-run home run. Well, not the 2-run home run, but I called that he would homer in game 5. And I'm like, bet, say less. I'm like, here we go.
He woke up.
Like, don't let us go back to LA. But
Yep.
it was never to be. And it's somewhere in a parallel universe, in the
Yeah,
multiverse.
in the
We went back
multiverse, yep.
Yeah, we went back and we won it. So damn
Yep.
it.
And another universe, man. We holding the chip right now, holding
Yep.
the championship trophy. But that's a perfect segue, man. How do you feel about the Dodgers auctioning off the baseball that Aaron just dropped?
It's some
That fly
assholes.
ball.
It's as simple as that.
That's some real troll shit,
that's-
man.
Because here's the thing, right? I mean, to the victor go the spoils. I understand that. But y'all, like, I've never seen a team win and feel like they got to kick us while we're down. Like, did you not win? You sound like y'all salty right now. Like, you sound like y'all didn't believe that y'all was really supposed to win. That y'all were like, okay, we got one on them, so let's go ahead and take our continuous victory lap. But it's been a nonstop victory lap for the ever since Kendrick versus Drake. The West Coast has been on
man.
fire.
This
You know
ain't
what I'm
even a
saying?
victory lap. This is them freaking this is throwing salt to the wound, freaking throwing gasoline on the fire, whatever analogy you want to use, man. That's them dancing on our freaking
Yeah, they danced on our grave. They danced.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down
they
to.
dancing
you know
on
what
the
I'm
star like it's
like
whatever
Terrell Owens.
Yeah, like Terrell Owens. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Yep.
Yeah,
That's what
but I
they
mean,
doing.
it just goes to show you they're not classy like that. It is what it is. You gotta do what
Yeah,
you gotta
man.
do. So
And all these
whatever.
podcasts, man, and all the shit talking they doing, man. I'm telling you right now.
All that caca is coming out their mouths. Yep.
It's the same, man. Like those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who are humble will be exalted, man.
Amen.
I really believe that.
Yep.
The Yankees are cooled off now.
Cooled off on Walker is what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, this track is going and going and going. It's long, bro.
Hey, we got a lot of people in here.
Anthony
so.
Santander getting no love. Neither is Teo.
I don't want him. I don't want him. That reeks to me of Jacoby Ellsbury. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I would
man.
take Teoscar Hernandez over Anthony Santander.
I tell you what, man, them 44 home runs look great, though. But it's true. But when you look at it, though,
dude, he's gonna be a DH in 2 years.
we got on base percentage, man, it's not good. The average is not good. That's telling me, man, he's home run
the OPS. Yeah, the OPS is good because he's hitting home runs. But I don't want him. Like I said, it reeks of Jacoby Ellsbury to me. And it also, like I said, in 2 years he's gonna be a DH, man. He can't field like that.
Yeah. I doubt him. I don't know what the market is for him, like how much he's asking for and everything. But I don't think it's worth it right now. And there's a reason why the Orioles let him walk, even though they don't spend much money, even with the new ownership. But
they should. But they're getting cheap. They selling the franchise on. We good. We got money. Do you? You're not acting like it.
I know, right? We need to move Volpe to second. Oh, here we go.
There he is. Yep.
Move Volpe to second base, and whoever thought Volpe would be Jeter, they are morons. I don't. Whoever thought that, man. Because I never thought he'd be Jeter.
There's only one Jeter. Like, we got to stop comparing players. There's only one Jeter. You putting too much pressure on him.
Yeah, man.
I mean, not as much pressure as who was the dude that came right after Jeter? The switch hitter.
Didi Gregorius.
Didi Gregorius. He had some pressure on him.
But he lived up to that, though, man. He had some clutch
he
bombs,
did.
though.
But you can't expect Volpe to be Derek Jeter. I just want Volpe to be a solid player for us and come through big like he did in the World Series. Can you imagine if we would have ended up winning that? That's that move, that grand slam, like that. Oof.
That's what I'm saying. My whole thing with Volpe, man, is look, man, I just need him to get on base.
Consistent.
Put the ball in play. Yeah, he's got, when you that fast, man, good things happen when you keep the ball in play. You're not, Aaron Judge is different. I need Aaron Judge to hit bombs, you know? I need him to do that. I need Stan to do that. Volpe, I need you to get on base for those guys.
Streaky. Volpe gets hot and then he gets cold.
Yeah, but when he's hot, he's hot. And he started the season off on fire, dude.
Dude, that threesome that we had with him, Soto, and Judge.
Hey, yo.
When he was at the top of the lineup. Hey, yo, yeah. When he was at the top of the lineup. Like
pause. Time out.
Yeah. But nah, that little trio that we had with him at the top of the lineup, man, that with Volpe. Like I said, if I had it my way, I would have Volpe as our traditional leadoff hitter. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, keep Volpe down in the order. That's what you say. You like him down in the order, right? Like him 7. Volpe has to take a step this year. His lows are low and his highs are too high. Yeah, man.
Inconsistent. Very, very streaky.
Sarah says, Ace, my boy.
What's up, Sarah?
I'm trying to think of a good outfielder to trade because I don't like Bellinger personally. Man, how you feeling? My thing is, look, I really do think he'll play well in Yankee Stadium with the Yankees.
Oh,
but man, that contract, man, that contract is what holds me back, man. Because we can't eat that whole contract without them eating something. Whether they take Stroman off our hands or just eat half of that contract, or at least $10 million from that contract.
There are ways to offset it though. Like get rid of Marcus Stroman will offset it, even if they don't take him. I'm saying get rid of him to somebody. Somebody would take Stroman. There are definitely ways to offset it. And then think Yankees are getting a lot of money coming off the books next year. So I wouldn't dive. Money's fungible, man. Like it really is. Like people got to stop looking at the whole like Soto was overpaid. Yankees tried to offer him $760 million. And some people are like, we can do a lot with $760 million. I'm like, the AAV is what matters.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. The AAV is what matters. So,
yeah, when you look at 47 million, the total number sounds ridiculous, right? But 47 million is not far from what Judge is making right now.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe, maybe Cody Bellinger goes off and then decides to test the market. So maybe he gets rid of that player option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we don't know. It works both ways,
The free agent outfield market is trash right now. Yankee fans so down on Jazz at third base. He said, Eli says, why are Yankee fans so down on Jazz? I mean, we're not down, but I'd rather have him at his natural position.
I think the inexperiences. I still think the position he's got the most experience in is the outfield. He's got the most playing time in center, but his natural position is middle infield. I've never been down on Jazz. I just think he's inexperienced. I've said this. If the Yankees are going to go with Jazz, you need an entire offseason to let him work at third base and an entire spring training to let him work there because his inexperience showed a lot. Not just in the playoffs, but since he was there, he's very inexperienced.
And this dude Jack Geezy, he's the ultimate Dodger troll, man. He said my dude got Anthony Davis on the show. You know Anthony Davis, man.
No, not the brow though. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the unibrow. Please, Boone, for the love of God, keep Wells primary catcher. I mean, you have to at this point. That is,
yeah.
but he's a catcher, so he's gonna need his breaks. I get it, but he's got to
Oh, of
play
course.
at least 120 games.
4 out of
I'd
5
say.
days. 4 out of 5
Exactly.
days. You young, bro. Like I don't want to.
Yep.
There's no reason why Jose Trevino should be splitting time. I'm sorry. Trevino's arm was gassed last year. You know how many times stolen bases came back to kill us? Like, come on.
And it's sad too because he had a good arm at one point, Trevino. But
Great framer. That's the one thing. Austin Wells got to work on his framing this year. Like your framing, you the one thing you need to learn from Trevino, and I was a former catcher. I'm during the streams, I'm very hard on Austin Wells. I'm like, bro, you got to start stealing some strikes from these pitchers, especially if you want to be Cole's catcher, because Cole is very particular about who catches for him. That's why he liked Trevino, because Trevino steals strikes. You know, you got to get better at that.
But he did. I give him this though. He got better with like blocking balls, man.
Absolutely.
He got a lot better. You didn't see too many pass balls like that. He surprised me too. He's better than I was told, right? Than what we were told coming up. They're like, oh, Austin Wells, he's a great hitter, not a great defender, bro. He's I wouldn't say he's a great defender yet, but he's better than average, I think.
Yeah. I was impressed with his arm and footwork because like it wasn't televised like that. Like to your point, like you had said, bat wise, yeah. I was expecting to be a total scrub behind there, but I was impressed by his footwork and he was able to throw. Guys weren't stealing us as much, with Austin Wells behind the plate. He's just got to work on his framing.
Yeah, man. He got pop time too. His pop time is pretty good.
Yep.
To be honest, I ain't cutting my hair to play for the Yankees. Like, if they give you a bag, you'll shave whatever they ask.
Hey.
They going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great Yankee fan.
Oh,
I
that's what John
appreciate
said.
These guys are going at it, man, in the chat. Spencer Jones has fallen off badly. He fell off the top 100 prospects. I think he broke a record for strikeouts last year.
Yeah, 40%, I believe.
Bro, that's bad.
It is bad. He got to get that down. But doesn't that go towards what we always know about the Yankees, where we overvalue our own prospects?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got to sell. I mean, Caleb Durbin wasn't a high prospect. Some people were giving like Cashman mad props. Like, way to get rid of your prospect. He wasn't that high of a prospect. He really wasn't. I would only I would have traded Spencer Jones the second Soto would have signed, or you would have made that deal for Kyle Tucker. Then I would have put Spencer Jones. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's no point of hugging and holding on to your prospects. We don't even know if these guys are gonna pan out.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be realistic, man. Because the way sometimes, and look, I get it, man. Because you fall in love with some of these names, man. Because they sell them very well to the fans.
Like Dominguez. Everybody's in love with Dominguez. I would be so disappointed if we never got to see Dominguez. This year, we're going to find out one way or another about Jason Dominguez. I'd be disappointed if we got to see his full potential with somebody else. I want to see that here. Because, dude, first swing, I covered that game. His first swing, you remember?
Versus
what happened?
Verlander.
Right off the right to left field. Now, on his first
game.
ever swing, right to left field, I say, yo, this guy is him.
I think I was watching you call that game too, man.
Yo, this guy is him. Like, he's him. And,
Yeah.
He's got to get time, though. Jason Dominguez has to be allotted the same luxury that Volpe got. It's as simple as that. Let the guy struggle at this level and not have to worry about it. But the difference is injuries have often plagued Jason Dominguez, where Volpe's been healthy for the most part.
Yeah. I totally agree, man. And he's gonna get his shot. He gotta live up to it, though, man. You gotta live. A lot of people are upset because and me too, man. They call it the Volpe. We even got a name for it, the Volpe treatment. Where the Yankees are all in on their prospect, and it seems like they haven't been like that for anybody for a long time. Probably the last, even Aaron Judge didn't get that kind of treatment when he came up.
Yankees are in love with their shortstops. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, probably Derek Jeter, man.
Yep.
He was the last one to really get that kind of treatment like that.
Yep. The Yankees live by, like I said, my home run call. Viva la Volpe. That's what they're gonna go by. They're gonna live by Volpe. So
You talking about Soto in there? Yeah, he earned it, but not in his 30s. His 30 cousins, but not his 30 cousins. He's trying to get premium tickets and free suites. Soto's petty. Hey man, you would do the same for your family. Man. I can't knock him, bro.
yeah, but you rich.
Yeah, you rich as hell,
Come
but
on,
I'm the
man.
same way, man. I'm cheap. I'm not cheap, but like,
Here's my thing on the sweet thing. Jeter and Judge had to pay for theirs. What happened to the days where we used to see Jeter's family being a part of the people,
yeah, they
being
had
in the
regular
crowd?
seats. Yep.
Soto, your family's too good for that? I mean, come on.
My thing is just I mean, it don't hurt to ask, right?
Yeah.
And
But
Cohen was willing to give it up.
but
I
egos
don't.
are
At the
big
end of the
though.
day, I don't think that was a deciding factor, like people saying, man.
No, I don't
I
think
think that's
so.
a whole PR stunt to try to save face for him to not make him seem like he's just greedy and everything.
Just like with
Mm.
the report today, talking about the reason Soto didn't contact everybody because he got a new number, new phone, who this type
So
shit.
so how is everybody else's fault that they didn't contact him? My man got a whole
Well,
new number, right?
yeah, right. That shit's just
So
he
it's a
went for the
two-way
money.
thing.
It's as simple as
Yeah, he
that. Like
went for the money,
and there's
man.
nothing wrong with that. I'd respect it more if he just said, "Yo, they paid me."
Exactly.
I'd be like, bet, say less. I ain't even gonna argue
Exactly.
with you.
Even man, he don't even believe when he was out there saying, "Oh, the Mets are, they're building a dynasty and all this other
That's
stuff."
bullshit.
He don't believe that stuff coming out of his
I,
mouth.
I watched a lot of Met games last year. They were very fortunate to be in the position they were. So let's put it like that. So,
But no, they got hot at the right time, man. They got hot at the right time. It's a couple timely
a lot of
hits,
breaks went
man.
their way too. So
Yeah, a lot of
even that
timely hits.
even that hit off Devin Williams. If you go back and look at that home run from Pete Alonso, if that ball was a foot to the left, it's caught because that wall is in
Hmm.
at that spot, and the left fielder Frederick was right there.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of plays, man. A lot of it came down to just one big hit.
Yeah, look what happened when they went against Philly in that do or die game, right?
Oh man.
The Philly player steals third. The ball hits the bag, doesn't roll into the outfield, and
Hmm.
then all of a sudden the runner stays put at third and gets stranded. That runner scores. It's a different ball game. Philly
Yep.
wins.
What's
So
the dude's name? Castellanos, whatever. Man,
Castellanos.
he was kicking their ass, man.
Yep.
I feel like the Brewers said, "Hey Yankees, I feel bad. Your bullpen sucks. Here's Devin Williams for free, basically." No, man. Maybe nobody was willing to offer anything else. That's the thing. They were gonna trade him regardless. He was
Hmm.
getting traded, and maybe other teams weren't willing to, or maybe they really high on Caleb. Look, Caleb Durbin is no slouch too. Granted, like we don't know what he's gonna become because we've had a lot of guys come up and they're supposed to do crazy, do really good, and they ended up not panning out. Right? Look at Gary Sanchez. At one time, man, we thought of Gary Sanchez like he was freaking the next Jorge Posada.
That's
Right?
because Gary want to be judged. That's why. That's why he put on the
Yeah,
99 when he left. So
yeah, and that didn't work out. So
and now he's where did he just go? He's back in our division, Orioles, right?
he's at the Orioles, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
and he's gonna be
that'll
a
be fun.
backup catcher there because they got a good
They got
catcher right
Adley
there.
Rushman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cat Mama, she says, "Well, I want to say one thing. Juan Soto wanted to win. Why didn't he go to the Dodgers? That just goes to show how it was
They
about
had
the
a low bid
money."
on him. Yeah, they had a low bid.
Yep. Lorenzo says Cashman gave them a prospect and a guy with an injured arm for three elite closer. For the elite closer,
Yeah,
yeah.
the elite closer.
Uh,
Yeah, good move.
I can't stand Cashman. Still, I don't trust him to make big trades to bring bats in here. He needs to earn his pay this year. This lineup is ass right now. I think he is, man. He's working on it, but even if he was, whatever moves he would have made, right? Maybe he takes care of the lineup first, right? He still would have had to go fix the bullpen and starting rotation. So I really do believe he's working on it. And trust me, I'm the biggest Cashman critic. But for some
Same.
reason, I feel like he's trying to get things done. The whole thing with Luis Hill, I don't know what he was thinking because I'm trading Luis Hill every day for. It's gonna suck, but you can't pass up on a dude like Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, it would have been a bitter pill to swallow, but I would have did it.
Yeah, I would have done it too.
I'm actually surprised still. I mean, because you're talking about pitchers that are out there. Yeah, could you have banked on, getting bolstering up your lineup first, but then you would have lost Max Fried to the Red Sox because
Hmm.
they were on him. Could you have gotten Corbin Burns still, who's still out there and his market's kind of dying, possibly,
Hmm.
but it is what it is.
Yeah. Sarah says Helsley's amazing for the Cardinals, but they sleep on him. I think the thing with him too is that he's gonna be a free agent next year. So he's a
Mhm.
1 year rental. So if they were to get him, and I wouldn't be mad at that too, because he's a great reliever, man. But he's a rental too.
Yeah.
Uh, Weaver and Williams will be lethal in the bullpen.
Yep. The two dubs gonna get us some dubs. Let's go.
If Weaver could pitch like he did last year, this might be the best thing since hopefully. And this is a lot since John Wetland and Mariano Rivera, man.
That is a lot.
That's
That's
a
saying a
lot,
lot.
right? That's a lot.
Yeah, that's saying a lot.
But that'd be nice though, man. Remember those days?
Yep.
That'd be really good.
It's just something different, man. Like not have to worry about cardiac clay. Oh man, you know them every game, bro. It's like every time he's in, I'm just like your heart starts going. I'm at
Yeah,
the edge of my seat, and I'm like, how is he gonna blow this? And you can see it from a mile away. As soon as he gets
exactly.
wild, you like he's cooked because he'd
Yep.
get wild. He'd walk people. He'd hit somebody. I'm like, it's over. We're about to blow this game. Even though he was an all-star, blew so many games, it's just so great to have a closer that we can trust and be like, I bet, say less. Throw him out
Yep.
there. Since Mario Rivera, Sandman, put him to sleep.
Hmm. I still think that we're not done with the bullpen. They gotta do something. How you feel about Tommy Canley coming back, possibly coming back?
Nah, I'm done on him. No.
I'm
He's
I'm,
getting
I'm done too.
he's getting up there in age. He's too expensive, and he only throws one pitch. I'm good.
Exactly. I don't even know how they're entertaining this at this point.
No, I'm good. I don't want Canley back.
Yeah, but the Yankees ain't they I wouldn't be surprised if they bring him back. Cause I don't know what it is. Or maybe he's just a good clubhouse guy. He looks like a fun dude to hang out with. He looks like a great person. Go to the bar and shoot the shit.
Then
But
I was about to say, then have a beer afterwards, man.
yeah,
Keep that shit off the field, man. We need some winners on the field.
Mariano wasn't perfect either.
Next, damn close. He
He's
was
damn
close.
close. He just that one versus the Diamondbacks got
That
him.
broke my heart.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But I think and a lot of people are gonna give me shit for this. I think this year was worse than that one. Just for the simple fact that because at
That
least
fit
we
in.
had one. And the way we lost, we already had won a bunch of them, before that,
Because it felt like, and me calling the games, it just felt like it was snowballing, and you could see it come from a mile away as soon as Judge dropped that ball, and there
Yep.
was nothing you could do to stop it. But it wouldn't have mattered if Cole would have just covered the bag,
Yep.
because we would have got out of that inning unscathed. And then next thing you know, it's just like, here it comes. Because the one
Yeah.
thing that I had said, and I had retweeted it when it happened, that 2024 Yankees team was
Yep.
incapable of overcoming adversity. Whenever their backs were against the wall, they couldn't do it. You saw it happening, and
Yeah.
it was devastating. Top of the fifth would definitely go down up there with '04, the Diamondbacks. That's going up there. It might even be
Mhm.
worse.
It's worse to me. It's worse. I
Yeah.
think that, well, I don't know about 04. That was just a monumental collapse, right? Monumental. But you know what's crazy? That if we take game five and
Oh,
look,
I think we winning. If we
I
take
think
game
I
five,
think
I think
I
we
think it's
winning.
possible that
Because Otani and them didn't even do anything. We gave them so many games, bro. Like, we could have won that game. Game 1 and 5, dude. We take game 1 and 5. We're up 3-2. Only having to take one in LA. And
exactly.
it's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's not just because we lost it,
Hmm.
but we ruined. Like, if that Soto shot against Gaddis, man, would have went down as one of the greatest Yankee moments of all
Of
time.
all
And I
time.
doubt Soto walks away from a World Series contender, even if he's getting paid, right? But my call on that, man, you know how bad I want to go back and listen to that call, and it just doesn't have the same appeal because we lost and
I
he's
know,
gone.
man.
People ask me all year, like, would you rather have a World Series and Soto leave,
Hmm.
or lose the World Series and Soto stays? We lost both.
I know, right? Yeah, it's a tough time to be a Yankee fan right now. So I
Yeah,
tell
but
you
Howell
what.
and them trying to turn it around. So
Yeah,
we'll
but
see.
at the end of the day, man, look, like I'm still here, man. I
Of
love my
course.
Yankees, dude. And I tell people, like I'm old enough to have witnessed because my favorite player, like the reason why I started liking the Yankees because I like Don Mattingly,
Hmm.
at the time, and the
Couldn't
Yankees
get him a ring
sucked,
either.
man.
Couldn't get
Yeah,
him a
at the time,
championship.
like this is like 93, 94. They were terrible. I didn't really know much about baseball, but I like Don Mattingly. I like Michael Jordan, and but yeah, so I know what it's like to not win,
Hmm.
obviously, especially we haven't won in 15 years. Like You know,
Yeah.
like
I, I've seen a lot of championships with teams I root for. You know what I'm saying? 5 with the Yankees. I'm a Giants fan. I've seen 2. You
I'm a
know,
Giants fan too.
I'm a Miami Heat fan, so I've seen 3.
Whoa, whoa!
You know what I'm
So slow
saying?
down, time out. Hold on. How the hell are you a Miami Heat fan,
One,
dude?
one, I've always hated the Knicks. Never want to be a Net fan, but here's the real reason. I'm a huge Dwayne Wade fan since Marquette. So I said to myself, I hate the Knicks. Wherever Dwayne Wade goes, I remember watching Dwayne Wade in that Final Four, and I was like, "Yo, he's my favorite player. Wherever he goes, I'm rooting for." So I've been a Miami Heat fan ever since.
Didn't he end up with the Lakers at one point?
Dwayne Wade? Nah,
Yeah,
nah,
no,
nah.
no,
He
not
ended
Dwayne
up with
Wade.
the
Yeah,
Bulls and the Cavs. Yeah, he went to
okay.
Bulls, Cavs, back to Miami.
Yeah, it was with the Cavs, right?
Yeah,
When
but
he
by then I was
reunited
already
with LeBron.
with LeBron. By then I was already too deep with Miami. So
Yeah. Arraez, Bellinger, please. I'm good on Arraez, man.
same.
I really am. Run to first base, man, and get me a shortstop and move over to say LI, man.
Li will go down saying Volpe should have been his. After Volpe retired, if Volpe retires as a Hall of Fame shortstop, he'll go to his Hall of Fame speech about he should have been a second baseman. I've been saying it the whole time.
Dude, Li, man, Li one night, man, he kept going at me, man, saying you gotta go into the negotiation and tell Soto like you'll give him this much money only if he moves to first base. I'm like, what?
That's oh my gosh,
I
yeah,
was like, bro, they're gonna laugh you out the building, bro.
yeah. He was die hard. I'm tired of the Yankees playing guys out of position. I understand Li and Li loves his Will Warren too, and he also loved that pitcher that we gave away for Mark Leiter Jr. I forget his name. But Li loved those two dudes. And then,
Bruh.
yeah. So Will Warren might be gone too.
Look, I don't like Will Warren, to be honest. I've seen enough for him to be like, whew, this
I don't think
dude,
he's ready either. Just another
he's
one.
not ready yet.
Ben Rice, same thing. I don't think you're garbage, but I don't think you're ready.
I am Big Buddy. What's up, Big Buddy, man? He says, what's next for us, Jason? Who's next to come? I mean, it's looking like they trying to make this Cody Bellinger thing happen. That's what I think is happening behind the scenes. For whatever reason, maybe it's money or something's holding it up.
I think the money's holding it up.
Yeah, it could be the whole thing with Kyle Tucker or whatever it is, man, is being held. But that looks like the next move. Alex Bregman could be on the horizon. That looks like is very possible at this point. But who knows, man? Who knows? Because look at this whole Devin Williams things. That came out of left field. Nobody really thought, that was going to happen. So,
I did want Tucker though, because I had the perfect lineup, bro. I have it right here. Jazz leading off, Judge, Tucker, Stanton, Bellinger, Bregman, Dominguez, Wells, Volpe. You can't get no more balance than that. Lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, switch hitter, lefty, righty.
yep. And you got protection for Judge, and Judge is protecting Bellinger. Man, that's a sick line. That's better than the 2024 Yankees right there.
Yep. Oh yeah, super balanced. I would take that in a heartbeat. So I don't know. Maybe we get that breaking news: Cubs trade Bellinger and Tucker. That's what you want. So
Oh
maybe.
man, dude, that'd be crazy. We would have to give up a lot.
Yeah, because we would have flipped Luis Hill. The next person I would have said get immediately was Jack Flaherty. Yankees want Jack Flaherty. Yankees wanted Jack Flaherty at the deadline. They were concerned about his back. He pitched decent after in the second half of the season. That's a guy that's still out there. Doesn't have power stuff, but he could pitch.
Yeah. See, I was mad with the Cubs, right? Because I feel like they kind of fleeced the Yankees, man. Because once they got into the mix for Kyle Tucker, it kind of took our leverage away. It made them be able to stick with no Luis Hill or no deal.
Yeah, of course.
So I felt like they could have probably finessed something else if other teams weren't willing to give up anything. But once they jumped in, it kind of they had the better package. As soon as Cashman said he wasn't willing to give up Luis Hill, the Cubs were the favorite. They had the better package to make the deal happen. So
Luis was the best player out of everybody giving up. That was in the deal.
yeah,
So yeah. So
that would have been in the deal.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the Ace too, man. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, man. I do be
Appreciate
putting
that.
out great content, man. I appreciate you joining me, man. There's a lot of comments. I don't know if you want to go through all of them.
I mean,
but they keep
let's go through
coming.
them real quick. Yes, I mean,
Let's
let's
keep
do
going.
the people some justice.
All right. Jason O says, what's the one problem the Yankees face every postseason? It's the lineup fails to hit. I'm worried this lineup is going to suck this year.
Situational hitting is a problem for us, and that has to do with lack of fundamentals and That's why I don't think Boone's the guy. They're gonna give him another chance, but I don't think Boone's the guy because he's not the guy to lead men. And it just seems like sometimes these guys don't know how to play baseball, like doing the little things. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we leave a lot of runners in scoring position, moving guys from first to third? I mean, from going from first to third, running, moving guys from second to third. You know what I'm saying, on a base hit or something to the right side. Situational stuff is what the Yankees lack. Situational ABs. That's why we can't hit in the playoffs. You can't expect to hit home runs every at bat.
Oh no, definitely, man. That situational hitting, it seems like it's plagued this team for years now. And look, I get it. A lot of people give me crap when I criticize Boone too. They're like, oh, he's just a manager, and I get it. Certain things is on the player, but when you're in charge of anything, guess what, man? You take the fall. You're in charge, right? It's your fault. And if anything happens, you're held responsible. And a lot of this stuff, when it comes down to like fundamental stuff or simple stuff like that, like just situational hitting, just even being able to put down a bunt. That's on the staff, man. That's on the coaching
Absolutely.
staff. And people get mad at Luis Rojas, right? Because he made some questionable
Oh, I
calls.
do.
Yeah, but guess
Sending
what?
Stanton, bro. You can't send
Yeah,
Stanton, bro. You
I know.
can't. When Teoscar Hernandez, when they slowed it up, and you see he has the ball before Stanton's even touching third,
Yeah,
why
that
are
shit's
you
crazy,
sending
bro.
him?
I think even he was surprised. He was looking like, what we
I say it all
doing?
the time.
Go.
Giancarlo Stanton is like Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump. I ain't got no
Nah,
legs. He got
he,
no legs, bro.
he
He
ain't
can't
got no
run.
legs. You said, Lieutenant Dan,
Yep.
you got
I
legs?
got you some ice cream.
Oh man, yeah, man. But guess what though? That's Boone's guy, right? He's in
Hmm.
charge of the staff, so I don't want to hear that stuff, man. He does have a lot to do with it. Look, he's the longest tenured non World Series winning manager in Yankees
Hmm.
history. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
crazy,
crazy.
right?
That is crazy.
I get it. He wins his winning percentage is awesome. I get it. But when you have a $300 million payroll every year, I mean that's the bare minimum right there.
Hmm.
So that's that, man. Santander is trash, man. That's what they put. I don't know why the chat is coming up slow. They need to try to get Donovan from the Cardinals. It
I
looks
wouldn't.
like
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't.
I really want him, but I don't think they want to trade him.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, man, and from what I'm seeing and everything, everybody's saying if anything, they're trying to extend him.
Yeah.
So I know they look. They probably gonna. I could see Nolan Arenado going to like the Red Sox or something like that because they're trying to
Oh yeah.
off.
I was a
Mm.
hard pass on Arenado. He too much Josh Donaldson vibes.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I always been a big fan of Nolan Arenado, so I feel like he got some juice left, but not for that contract though, man. They would have had
Hmm.
to eat a lot of that money, and I don't think they want to do that. Let's go. Not much relax. Santander, no. We need more than just home runs. Exactly.
Agreed.
Jazz got a strong arm for third base.
Yes, he does.
He does, man. But at third base is more than just having a strong arm, and he's a great athlete. Jazz is a great athlete. He has great instincts, right? But there's certain things, like I was saying earlier, it's like just being in the right spot during a relay play or something like that.
Yep. The cutoff. Yep. You got to
Yeah,
know where to be.
yeah, things like that. He needs to learn that position.
That's the inexperience. Also, you got to have soft hands at third because it's the hot corner. That ball
Uh,
comes quick. You have to be able to you know get the ball, like guide the ball into the glove, to the pocket of the glove. So that's why you have to have them soft hands. You can't just it comes fast over there. Hey
it
yo,
does real
yeah.
fast.
Hey
Yeah,
yo,
pause.
yeah. Hey yo.
Damn, dude. That's
That
strike
ball comes.
two.
That ball comes quick. Yeah.
That's strike two. It comes quick.
It's
Oh,
it's,
man.
it's getting late.
Damn, dude. All right. Will Wells hit fourth in the lineup. I think that they tried that already. And you got two strikes, bro. I don't know. Two strikes.
He's like strike three. You ain't never coming back on here.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Well, Wells hit fourth. We got to see how the lineup's constructed. We got to see how it looks towards the um
Yeah.
before the opening day.
I think to start the season, definitely not. But if he turns up, it could happen, it could happen.
Well, you got to figure Judge going back to 2, so I would
Yeah.
love a lefty behind that. So I don't think 4. I can see maybe behind Stanton to give Stanton
Mhm.
some protection. So
Yeah. So if they pick up Cody Bellinger, you think he's batting third? So it'll be probably and you have Jazz first, right?
I put Jazz first in that scenario. But if you get Cody Bellinger, I'd have to see my lineup construction. Um, I wouldn't be opposed to Volpe 1, Jazz 2, and Judge 3 because that adds righty, lefty, righty.
Mhm.
But we have to see all the pieces in place. So
And then
we'll see.
Cody fourth
Cody
or
4th, Stanton 5, Wells 6. You know what I'm saying? Just to add that
yeah,
balance. Dominguez 7, switch hitter. Doesn't really matter. A lot of people
no,
want Dominguez to lead off. I don't see him as a leadoff guy.
nah, not yet. Anyway, not yet. And he got a lot of power, man. We'll see though. We'll see what he becomes. That's the whole thing. We still don't even know yet.
Mm-hmm.
Wells needs to start hitting. Wells hits. He's streaky too. The same thing with Volpe, man. They go on these tears, right? They go on a couple week just tear, and then they go ice cold, man. Where they not hitting anything,
Yeah.
and that's what kills them.
Well, Wells is a notoriously slow starter. He starts slow every year at every level he's been at. It's even amplified by the fact that you're splitting time. You can't get into a
Yeah.
groove, Baseball is a sport where you kind of have to know where you're hitting and you need consistency. That's why you see guys struggle at the beginning of the year or after the All-Star break. It's about consistency.
Mm-hmm. Whatever happened with Jorbit Vivas,
Yorbit Vivas.
right? I know he's a
still
second
there.
baseman, but at one point they were talking about letting him
Well, we
play
just
third.
got him. Yeah, we just got him last year. I don't see him as a third. I can see him as a middle infielder, but we'll have to see what happens. I don't think he's ready yet, though.
No,
They like him though.
They
High
brung him
prospect.
up. No, they brung
Yeah.
him up, but they didn't play him.
Yep.
If you remember,
Well,
versus the
we-
Orioles.
We've done that a lot. Same thing with Peraza,
Yeah. No, but they didn't play this guy at all. He just came
know.
up for no reason. He didn't
which
see
is
it.
stupid to me.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. He probably had his family at the stadium waiting to see if he's gonna get his first major league at bat.
Yeah, same thing with Dominguez. Like, why would you bring him up not to play him over Verdugo? Like, do we see how horrible Verdugo was? Like,
Yeah, man. Wells fell off badly last year. Hopefully that was just because of year one. I get it. Trevino's arm is like a wet noodle. It's like a pool noodle. Damn, man. Don't do my man like that.
he's cooked, man.
He is cooked though. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, we got Durbin for Luke. We got Durbin for Lucas Leckie and traded him this year for Devin Williams. We barely had him. Smart move by Cashman. Look who we got for Durbin.
Absolutely, that's a win.
Yeah, that's a Cashman
good flip.
finesse right there. He sold it lovely, dude.
Yeah,
He sold it.
try to be like, oh, we have faith in Caleb Durbin. Other teams are like, really? We want him. Bet you can have him.
Yep, he looks like he's because man, I was even bored. I'm like, man, it looks like they're gonna start him second base. That's a starting second baseman.
Yep.
Cano would have gotten that love.
Screw Robbie Cano.
I was okay with him not returning to the Yankees.
I mean, go ahead and he wanted to be with his buddy Felix Hernandez. So his career stunk after he left.
Volpe gets the love because he's from New York, New Jersey area. That's why he gets the love.
That's also true.
That is true, but at the same time, you got to perform because we've had a lot of players from the New York area who didn't pan out, and it's like after a while they're like, okay, you got to go.
Facts.
So Yankees, I'm so sick of the Soto saga. Me too.
Well, it's
Me
over
too.
though. So
Yeah, it's done, man. But look, I get it, right? Because it left me with a bitter feeling, right? But
of course we got used.
yeah, but it's done. It is what it is. Like, what are we gonna do?
Look, let's put it like this: if we end up fucking around winning a World Series, nobody would even care.
Exactly. Milwaukee need a starting pitching. I
They
guess
did,
so.
but Nestor Cortez, they still need more than Nestor Cortez.
Yeah. And they needed a young defender, losing Adames this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, the Giants are smart for scooping him up before Soto signed.
Would you have wanted Adames?
I did. That was my plan B. When I planned it all out, I'm like, my plan B is you got to, if Soto doesn't go your way, as soon as that happens, you got to shift immediately to Adames because everybody's going to go for him.
Yep.
But San Francisco scooped him up early, though.
Because they
Took him
knew
off
they
the
weren't in
board.
on Soto, so you could do that. You got to
Yeah.
go to that's their plan A, not plan B. So
No, but not only that, and they knew that they had to do it before he signed because if not, the price could have got ran up, for him. Buster Posey, man, I know it's his first year as a GM, but I think he's going to work out for them.
mm-hmm.
Great show. Go Yanks. I appreciate it, man. Chiefs,
Yeah.
easy 3P 2025. I tell you what, man, that's not a bad bet. Chiefs, easy 3P.
I'm on the record. I actually had people that will vouch for me on my channel and everything. I called Patrick Mahomes being this.
Oh yeah.
I said out of Texas Tech when he played. I remember because I'm in this group chat with a whole bunch of people that we all talk sports. I
Mm-hmm.
remember posting. I was like, "Yo, this kid is next." I
Yeah.
was like, "He's gonna be nice." Sat
Did
for
you?
a year, and he's
Yeah.
nasty. And I had people that came on the channel, on my channel, on because I do like a football segment. They came on the channel and they said it. They were like, "I want y'all on record so people can hear it." I called Patrick Mahomes, right? They were like, "Yeah, you did." So
Did you think that he'd be this good though?
I said he was gonna be next. I
Because
said the
I
dude
knew
is
he was
next.
good, but I didn't think he was like, man, he's
It,
not at Tom Brady level
I
yet, but
saw him.
he's right there, man.
Yeah, I saw him as a guy that was nasty. I was like, this guy's gonna be next. I was like, he's gonna be the next great.
And the Giants thought Daniel Jones would be the next great.
So yeah, I mean, well, we also had an opportunity at Patrick Mahomes and didn't do it too. So
I know, man.
Evan Ingram, thanks a lot.
Yep. Cashman seems to be working the hardest that I've seen in years. Yeah, man. Yeah, geez. And if Loaisaga gets back to full form, oh my God, this bullpen would be scary.
He needs to stay healthy. And I was watching that game when he hurt himself,
Mm-hmm.
and I said it. I was like, if this MF hurt himself because he slammed he punched the ground. He like slammed his hand in frustration. Then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, you better not have hurt yourself. Very next game, he's out. I was like,
But so I don't know. From reports are that he's having like elbow surgery. He won't be back to like
April, they
June.
said.
Yeah, April.
Oh no, they said late April at the earliest, I think.
Yeah, at the earliest. So we'll see. I think this is his last chance with the Yankees.
Absolutely. He's on a short term
Yeah,
contract. They
this
didn't
is
even
last
release the
chance.
numbers. They just said a 1-year deal. They didn't even release the money numbers.
It's
I
got to
haven't
be.
seen it.
It's got to be the bare minimum. It has to be
Probably. I mean, I'm sure
league
the Mets
minimum.
would have offered him more, but I wouldn't surprise if he made a couple million. But let's put it like this: our bullpen's good enough that he's just an added bonus.
Yeah, I could look it up, man. See if it's out yet. Yeah, who knows, man. I think I would have just gave him a league minimum and be like, take it or leave it.
Mm.
Diamondbacks and 97 Indians. 97. Oh yeah, 97 was the Indians. You're right. 95 was the Mariners.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were.
95 was the Mariners.
Yeah.
Yep, that was tough. No, when we lost to the Marlins, wasn't the Marlins 97? I don't know. The Mets can take their lap around Queens, but that isn't the same as lapping around the Canyon of Heroes. That's what I'm saying, bro. They look. I got you, got Soto and everything, but you can't even speak dynasty until you win. You got to win first, man.
Yeah, facts. Kind of
You can't even
shit is that?
speak. Can't even speak on that.
Yeah.
I'd rather take a rise than Bregman.
No, I'm nah. Hard
Nah.
pass.
Yeah, me too. No Bregman, please. Are the Yankees getting Bellinger?
I think it's a realistic possibility.
Yeah, I think they're like they're almost there, man.
He'd be there if the Yankees decided to take on all the salary. He already be here.
Yeah, right now they just kind of negotiating these final things, dotting their I's and crossing their T's at this point.
Don't be surprised we hear about this weekend. So make sure you guys got your notifications on and stuff.
Bernie Williams, enjoy your show. Great vibe, great energy. I appreciate it.
Burn, baby, burn.
Damn, we got the whole 96 Yankee team in here. I'd rather take Teoscar than Alex Bregman too. I'd rather take Teoscar than
It's two
Alex
different
Bregman
positions.
too. No,
Yeah,
he's saying
two di-
both. Both. I
Oh,
read it
okay.
wrong. Yeah.
Then, okay. He used the word then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be mad at that. That's a good pickup right there. It's not my plan A, but
He
it's
kills us. Teoscar Hernandez has our number, but that's like my plan C. I wouldn't mind it. And then you stick Bellinger at first base. I wouldn't be against it. But short-term contract though. Short-term.
for Teoscar.
Yep.
Like
Short-term.
what's short term? 1 to 2, 2 to 3.
1 to 2 with a player. 2. I would go 2 to 3. So that way you know that you can give Spencer Jones time to come up, because then once Teoscar 2 to 3 with a club option, you know what I'm saying? Then get him, then let him go. Or if Spencer Jones is raking, you do him the favor of trading him. But I think we could possibly see Jones up here as quick as maybe this September call up, but no earlier than that. And then maybe full time, maybe next year or the year after that. But you got to have these guys on short term contracts.
So let me ask you this, right? Like, at what point do you give up on Spencer Jones? If he's put in a 40%
If we sign Kyle
strikeout,
Tucker,
if you sign Kyle Tucker,
if we sign Kyle Tucker next year, I'm trading Spencer Jones.
Yeah.
If we would have signed Soto this year, I would have traded Spencer Jones.
Yeah, I mean, there's no room for him. So
Exactly. Last thing you want to do is block out these players. Same thing that a lot of people want to talk about with Peraza, how he's gotten blocked out and stuff like that. He's never been allotted the same opportunity. If you don't need these guys, give them away. But as far as potential wise, I'm trying to trade high on him. So if he even has a decent year, then you got to contemplate trading high, because then you don't have to give up as much.
Anthony Manzano, it's not pulling up yet. Hold on. That's going. That's one of your guys, man. He said, what would the Yankees have to give for Jesus Luzardo from Miami so you can put him at number 3 behind Max and Garrett Cole and put in Carlos at number 4?
I did want Luzardo last year.
That was a big thing, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be good. Not that he's going to be good. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think we're not going to acquire another starting pitcher. I don't think so, especially with them wanting to keep Luis Hill. I think it's going Cole 1, Free 2. I'd put Hill at 3 because I think he's better. I think he's got more upside than Rodon. You want to split the lefties, Rodon and Clark Schmidt. I think pitcher wise, I think we're good. I think we're Gucci.
I got Carlos Rodon 3 right now on my rotation, and that's only because for what we paying him, man, he's got to be at least a 3.
Yeah, but if not, a hell of a 4.
Yeah, but Luis Hill, man, look, he's coming up, man. The dude, he's good. If he could pitch like he did the first half of the season, give us a whole year of that, oh man, that's Cy Young Award winner candidate right there.
Well, he won Rookie of the Year. I mean, so he had to do something all year. But the thing about it is his first full year starting, fatigue was going to be a problem at some point. So
yeah, I would say this, right? This is not a knock against him, but the American League Rookie of the Year's candidates wasn't that strong like National League. National League was Jackson Merrill, freaking Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens elite. I can't wait till he's a Yankee.
Yeah,
that just reeks of being a Yankee though.
They might as well trade him now.
The Pirates don't want to pay their players. They didn't even want to pay Roddy Tellez off that $200. Yo, I'm telling you this. This is why I say baseball needs a cap floor instead of a luxury tax. Because look at what they just did with Roddy Tellez. $200,000. All he needed was 4 more at bats. They cut him. I'm like, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah. Roddy Tellez, man, he's been passed around the league so much, man. Yep. But he's a seasoned vet, though, man. And there's something to say for that, man. Them seasoned vets like that, they have something, man. They good to have around, man.
Yeah, of course. But sometimes you got to let them go. Like DJ LeMahieu should be gone soon.
Yeah.
I'd let him go.
I mean, you talking DFA at this point.
Yep. Oh, no one's gonna take him. No. We'd be lucky if Cashman was able to trade DJ LeMahieu. You give it an A+ offseason, because I'm surprised anybody would take him at this point.
I was hoping, man. I had some mock trade made up in my mind. Right? In my mind, I was thinking they could probably trade him to the A's because I knew the A's needed to spend a little bit of money, right? So I was like, maybe they take. But at the end of the day, DJ has a no trade clause, so he can't get traded unless he wants to anyway. So
yeah, but that's why you also have a cap floor. Because then other teams might have to take on some guys that are a little more higher paying, even if they let them go to next year, or else they get penalized type stuff, Yeah,
he said Yankees lost to the Mormons. What?
The Marlins.
Yeah, I know. That's the Marlins. They had McGill. Yeah, yep.
That was another crushing one because I just remember that's why Aaron Boone got the job, hit us to the World Series.
Yeah,
I'll never forget. And what they say, in the 8th inning, leading by 3 as Boone hits this to deep left. That might send the Yankees to the World Series. Boone, the hero of Game 7. And then a couple of years later, Yankees like, I think you make a great manager, even though you batted .263 in an era where people rolled out of bed and hit 300.
Exactly. No, man, and even that home run, bro, you hit it off of Tim Wakefield, dude. This dude.
But Wakefield was killing us, though. When Wakefield was dominating us.
When it's knuckling, but that thing didn't knuckle, man. That was like some little leaguer just lobbing the ball, man. That was freaking Oswaldo Cabrera pitching.
But Wakefield was killing us, though. Wakefield's had our number, though. But then also, Aaron Boone getting injured opened the door for A-Rod, so.
Yeah, man. It did. It's one of your guys. Says, yo, Ace, it's been a while, man. Sorry I missed some of your streams lately. Been spending so much time with the family, especially my niece.
Oh, man. Never have to apologize, man. Just appreciate you for even showing up at all. Thank you. And thank you for subscribing to my man Jay over here.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it too, man. Look, at the end of the day, man, family first, right?
Of course.
Take care of your family. Um, especially nowadays, man. Tis the season, man. We get into the holiday seasons. So I wish everybody the best too. We're about to sign off here real soon. We could take one last comment from Anthony Manzano. Do you guys agree with how the lottery played out, where it screwed a team like Miami and gave the number one pick to a team who was above 500? I think the Cardinals got the number one pick.
Luck of the draw. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean
mean,
that's
it's hard to tell. I mean, different sport like the NBA, just because you're the worst team, you're not guaranteed to even get that number one pick. Look at football, like tanking. It's a different discussion that could take
so
all night
yeah.
because how are you going to look at how bad tanking does in football? I mean, our Giants are going to get that number one pick. Looks like, what I'm saying? So,
Hopefully. Yeah, so
yeah.
that's the reason why they do the lottery pick like that is because it's just to keep teams from tanking.
Yeah. But the worse you are, the more probability. It's just not the odds aren't in your favor,
Yeah, it's not guaranteed though.
No,
That's
it's
all it
not,
is.
So.
But anyway, Ace man, I appreciate it, man. You want any final words, man?
Nah, man, I just appreciate you. Yeah, man, I just appreciate you for having me on. This is actually our first time meeting. The chemistry was great. Definitely want to have you on my channel very soon whenever I cover
Definitely.
some stuff, man. This was a great time. I appreciate all my subscribers that came over here and showed some love. And this was a great opportunity, man. Thank you. And look forward to working with you more in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. Likewise, man. And if you're not subscribed to the Ace Avenue, man, I don't know what you're doing, man. Go subscribe. The link is in the description. My man be
Can,
putting out,
can you drop the
man.
link in the chat for me, please?
Yeah. Let me get
Yeah.
that for you, man. Let me get that for you.
We got to make it easier for the people. The people tend to be like, how do you? I see a lot of people all the time. Like, I got his comment in the. That's why
Hmm.
having great mods like Jacob come through in the clutch. Where I'm like, yo, Jacob, drop this guy's link because people are
Yeah.
like, where is it? I'm like, it's in the description. Where's the description? It's right there.
Yeah, look, the link is in the description, man. Look, if you're into anything Yankees baseball, period, man, he puts out great content, very knowledgeable. And if you're into movies and stuff like that, man, same thing, man. He's not a one trick pony, man. He does a lot of different content, man. I think you really enjoy it. I've been watching you for a while, Ace, man. Let me tell you, I really do enjoy your content, and it was a pleasure to meet you, man. Pleasure to meet you.
I appreciate that, man. And I'm clipping that what you just said on my because I'm about to do a 2024 wrap up.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
clipping that, so you're gonna be in it. Yep.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Again, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend. And Ace, bro, appreciate it, man. You're welcome anytime, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys. Everybody be blessed.